Cycle. There we go.
Welcome to the First Choice.
We put this festival on you bastards with a lot of love. We worked for 1 year for you pigs. And you want to break our walls down? And you want to destroy it? Well, you go to hell.
Morning.
On any other day, that might seem strange.
And hello, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to my so-called show. And tonight, on the Bastards Breakdowns, is the movie that does not seem to want to go away, and that is Obsession, starring Michael Johnston and Indy Navarrete, directed by Curry Barker. And the story tells a tale of a bit of a sad sap who has his crush on a girl, so he buys this little magical one wish willow thing. And what the fuck is that typing up there?
It ain't me. Ain't me.
So he finds a one wish willow, and after striking out, he makes a wish, and it all goes tits up when she goes madly in love with him. And I use the term madly very, very strongly. And basically, be careful what you wish for kind of story. And I must have seen this like 4 times now already just to try and get notes. And Toxic, you must have seen like 10 times already. And Nadia, you only saw it once, didn't you?
Yep, only saw it in theater so far.
Wow.
Yep. And for the first time in a long time, we do have horrors with Nadia herself. Nadia. I know, because it seems very appropriate, the mistress of horror herself, the queen of horror of YouTube, I should say. And hopefully you actually get crowned that fucking title next time. So, yeah. And I'm also joined by Lord Toxic. And we should be having Inside Man popping in later on if he can make it. If not, then hope you have a good weekend, man. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, the fact that this movie is like doing billions from such a low budget and is killing it, it's destroying Steven Spielberg, it's destroying Supergirl, but then again that was shit. But but it kind of goes to show that people want to see a good film. We've seen this story done a dozen times before. The girlfriend that's madly in love with you because of some curse or wish, blah blah blah, whatever, or a spell. But it's still done in a very good, interesting way that still feels very relevant today, especially with the way we look at relationships through social media, etc., and all that stuff. And it is a really clever movie as well. And you can really tell Curry Barker has really littered a lot of stuff in there as well, just to let the audience come to their conclusions. And so yeah, so obviously before we jump into the stream, we will go through our first time coming to knowledge of it. Obviously, I came into knowledge of it because of Enzo showing the trailer. I saw it. You want my full thoughts? Watch my first review and then watch my second review on how I have changed my opinion on this movie. And moving on to in the chat we've got Where Me Spoons here, Proctofile, who I'm hoping might jump on if he gets time. And Blue Collar Loser, thank you for the $1.99 American dollars super chat. So yeah, here's the money. Yeah. Well, the money goes to me, so she's still suffering, Blue Collar. Okay. So yeah,
Blue. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, Nadia, glad to have you on. I think the last time we had you was the Halloween stream, maybe was it? Oh, a while back, But
I ebb and flow. I'm here, I'm there, I'm never anywhere. So
I know, 'cause
Thank
I
you
know
for
you had
having me
to.
on.
Yeah, I know you had to take a little bit of a break today. It's understandable. Sometimes, when you got other stuff going on in your life, you got to put a YouTube aside. I mean, because, like I said earlier in the back room, it's a nice little hobby. That's it. I don't see it as a full-time job. It's just something I like to do. And I've got to meet some great people, talk some bullshit with them, and so yeah. Before I go to Lord Toxic, first time you came into knowledge of this movie, or first time you saw it?
You want to know me or Nods first?
Nadia, then, yeah.
So I saw the initial trailer and I said, "Ugh, Blumhouse, no, thank you." Um,
I was
and
skeptical
then,
about that too, yeah.
I have a beef with Blumhouse that goes deep. I cannot stand anything they create and put out. There have been a couple hits, so before anybody comes in the chat after me, there have been a couple hits, but it's been few far in between. Now, what made me curious to go see it was one of my YouTube friends recommended it. He sent a group message saying it's really dark, it's very like disturbing, and I'm like, that sounds like my cup of tea. So I went to go see it by myself initially. My husband actually regrets not seeing it with me because he did. I don't know who Curry Barker was. I'm not of that generation that follows YouTubers like that. So I went to go see it, was blown away by it. It's probably one of my favorite horror movies of the last decade, probably. I think it's really well done. And the crazy thing about it is it's not an original like story. It's a story that's been told multiple times. The lucky rabbit foot. It's not really lucky. The wish that backfires on you. But it's just so well executed and so well put together that I think that's why it is drawing a lot of people to the theater. Well, it's not original concept, it's an original way of executing it. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, and one main star that's definitely drawing people to the theaters is this lovely lady in the background, Indy Navarreto's. Yeah, she pretty much steals every fucking scene she's in. She really does play it really well, and almost kind of tragically as well, despite how psychotic she is. I mean, and I think that was really clever as well, just almost making you feel a little bit sorry for her, like she doesn't know any better, but at the same time, that kind of makes her a bit more scarier, in my opinion. But yeah, thank you for that, Nadia. And Lord Toxic, first time you saw this, obviously, yeah, it wasn't too long ago, was it?
No, I've watched this. So I wasn't, I'm not the horror guru that, Nadia is, obviously. I do think that they do great things, and when it's done and executed properly, horror can be great. I have as much slop and MCU fatigue as the next person. So, I'm always on the lookout for something good. And me, I like a good performance, rewatchability. I was doom scrolling on TikTok and saw the clip that's down below. And when I saw that clip, I was like, who is this girl and what is happening right now? And more to the point, I dated a girl that acted exactly like Nikki, sans magic
Latino?
wish. No, she was Native American. So, make of that what you will. But I mean, she did a lot of the shit up to and including, the whole fucking screaming when I got out of bed, "Don't leave me, stay," and shit like that. So I was very compelled with this one. And yes, like Nadia said, this is not a new concept for a film. This is in junior high school, I read The Life Cleaner, which is basically an old, a guy goes into the shop because he's obsessed with a girl and he gets the magic potion, but it's only a couple of dollars, or I guess maybe if it was British, a couple of quid, whatever. And he's like, why is this so cheap? And he's like, oh, well, because you'll buy this potion, but you'll come back for the next one. And then, the expensive one is the one that poisons and kills the person, because once they're obsessed with you. I remember watching the old Tales from the Crypt episode with Andrew McCarthy and Mariel Hemingway, in which he gets her obsessed with him. Very, very similar story as far as this goes. But, they've, remade that for modern audiences. And I know everyone cringes when they hear something said like that, but guess what? That's exactly what they did. And they did it correctly, in my opinion. I think they made it in such a way that, people are such introverts these days that, it's very realistic. The dialogue is very realistic, and the flawed thinking in this also kind of makes sense within the context of the story. So yeah, as soon as I saw the TikTok video, I had the next day off and I ran to the cinema, watched it, immediately loved it, then told the girlfriend, hey, date night, we got to go watch it, which we did. But unfortunately, you know, for those who know me, some shenanigans happened and wound up getting kicked out of the theater. So we did go back and see it on another date night. And then of course it's been on my Plex Pass for the last week, and we've watched it with some friends and stuff. So and this really rewards repeated viewing, because you catch stuff. Me and you have talked in length about the different stuff. You've caught stuff that I didn't catch, and I've caught stuff you haven't. And I'm excited to get into that.
I have a question for both of you, though. Have you seen the post discourse on this movie on X? Because
quite a bit.
It makes me rage beyond, like,
yeah.
Media illiteracy is so bad in younger generations with the theories that they have come up with this movie.
Yeah,
it's just
it's pretty cringy. I mean, you have to take all of it with a grain of salt. I mean, people are just
dumb.
They're just stupid. Yeah, let's just not sugarcoat it. People are really fucking stupid. And, you know, they've co-op, you know, you've got the feminazi misandrists who are co-opting it, going, you know, you say, you show a clip of the movie, Bear's the villain. Okay.
Yeah, all the time. It's absolutely cringe. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Okay. So did you see the scene with the clock and then the magic, but Bear's the villain. Okay, right.
Or she's possessed by his cat.
His cat, yeah.
It's the dumbest.
Yeah, people are not smart, and they just want to move this stuff along to what they do. I mean, I have a different theory myself, and anytime I see somebody on TikTok or YouTube or something say Bear's the villain, or they say something about how she was SA'd or whatever, I'm like, listen, I think you're missing the point of the movie because you didn't understand it. It's the fact that even with a magic willow wishing device, she still couldn't make a man happy. And I like the rage that comes after those comments. Or I'll just click under someone's dumbass comment and be like, you just didn't understand the movie because you're a dumb woman.
Well, it brings up too, because one of my favorite creators, Alex Myers, had to take his obsession video down and his apology video for it because he did not clearly state that she was being sexually assaulted in that scene, but she is. Truthfully, if you kind of get down to the nit and gritty,
he's not.
I think it's not her, so it's against her will. So I would assume, to me that's essay anyway, and just the backlash he got just because he wouldn't word it correctly to like what the degree of like these mob.
You can never be woke enough, Nadia. You can never be woke enough. So I don't even apologizing for shit. I don't give a fuck.
I feel bad for him.
They're always looking for someone to complain about all the time. I mean, they just cannot be happy about everything. They have to just get triggered over the slightest fucking thing. It's they need to go out and touch grass. That's it. To touch grass and actually talk to real people.
Anyone who doesn't understand this movie has never watched Buffy or Angel. They've never understood that sometimes when the realm of magic comes into the real world, there's no playbook on how to fucking deal with it. You don't know. I mean, half of that movie is absolutely barren, not understanding exactly what it is that's happening. He doesn't completely grasp what the concept of what he's done is until that very end scene, which I'll let us get to that point before I'll say it, but until that very end scene where he asks his friend to do a wish for him to help fix the wish. Because up to and including that point previous to that scene, he thought he could even, once he did understand that the wish actually worked and it worked in a bad way, he's still trying to fix it by making another wish, not completely understanding the rules of it. And once he does, then it all goes haywire anyway, and it's too far gone to fix. So, and he didn't even, and then with the final scene, he didn't anticipate that Nikki would make a wish and that might happen. He didn't understand the concept because we're dealing with the supernatural. You don't know what's going to happen. You know, like if you're watching the movie, sure, you can armchair critic it to death, but he didn't understand the complexities of everything that was going on. How could he? It's taken me like 6-7 viewings to kind of get all the nuances. And I bet you if I watch it again, I bet you $1 I'd figure something else out. So everyone just bears of it. And I love Curry Parker making sure to name him Bear because of the year before last, where the fucking all the Missandras women are going, I choose the bear over a man because the bear will just kill me and won't SA me. And then now they have to say, no, I don't choose the bear. But wait,
that is partly true. He said he wished he had thought about it when he had that was the theory.
He thought about it. He just doesn't want to say it. He fucking thought about it. Come on, man. You know. God, he's too smart. There's too much smart writing for him to not have thought of that.
Ian's the real villain in this whole entire movie, in my opinion. Bro, you're sitting across your best friend. He's telling you he's got a thing for this girl, and you're not telling him you're laying it down on her on the side. You're not saying like, but Nikki and I have been hooking up. You don't think that would like alter the situation at all or help this dude out at all? Like maybe, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm a little bit more. I'm a little bit more forgiving of.
Of course,
Ian,
you are toxic
because I am kind of Ian.
She is 100% being raped in this film. I agree with you. Sorry,
I disagree.
I don't know. Is it?
I need to know how you disagree. Sorry, you know what? It's not my stream. Okay. Sorry.
I'll answer the question.
I will ask a question. Though. Is it SA if he doesn't know he's SA in it? That's the thing, though.
Correct.
Probably is. I don't know. Probably is. Probably that. I don't know. It's like I said. This is.
Bear's not that kind of, dumb.
She's already, okay. Listen, I'm going to be very. I'm just going to be very clear. Us as the audience know that we are watching a horror movie. It's the exact same thing as if you watch a Scream movie and you know that the killer's going to come in, and it's no matter how meta and how clever the characters are, they don't know they're in a horror movie. He doesn't know that he's in a horror movie. So in his mind, he's like, but maybe she really kind of does like me. Is he fucking delusional? Is he irresponsible? Is he an idiot? All of those things. Hard, yes. But he didn't understand any of the stuff that was going on until his final moments. Then when he looks in the mirror in the bathroom in that final scene and realizes that self-deletion is the only way he's going to be able to free her, that was the only moment. Oh, look at Lance popping up to do a fucking this motherfucker.
All the time.
That is the only moment I've rewatched that scene, and that's when reality really hit him. And he didn't have more than a few seconds of that reality before he got hit with the spell, where he lost autonomy. So, I mean, why don't we talk about that? Why don't we talk about the fact that Bear got put under the spell as well?
Bear's
so
a fucking idiot.
Yes, she did. Yeah, because you hear the One Wish Willow going off when he puts the pills in his mouth and is about to stick his fingers down his throat. You hear it, and then all of a sudden he's like, all lovey-dovey with, they've got the blood running down the face.
Great scene. Fucking scene.
I cracked up laughing watching that, and then because it's so fucked up the fact that they're just looking at each other like a couple in love, and all this horrible shit has happened.
If we remove the blood and the horror of that scene, it would look like a meet cute. It would look like a meet cute romantic comedy movie. So
exactly.
And
that's why it's funny. That is why it's fucking funny. This movie is absolutely hilarious, despite how fucked up it is. So yeah,
Bill Cosby didn't do nothing. Bill Cosby didn't do nothing wrong either. He just made strong drinks, and it was the 70s, and chicks were down to party. You don't 40 years later, they went and stop it. Stop the bullshit. Yeah. If there is anyone to assign a lot of blame to, for sure, it's Ian. Is definitely, because he's very manipulative. Maybe in his mind somewhere he just thought Bear will bang Nikki and get it out of his system. And like he has done, and quit putting the pussy on the pedestal, and then realize that is it Sarah? Is it Sarah is the other girl?
Yeah.
Sarah, yeah.
Sarah is the right one for him. Maybe that was his intention. It's really hard for me to know. I didn't rate the movie, but I mean, he seems in some instances altruistic, and then other ones very much not. There was definitely a self-hatred thing with Nikki and Ian, because once it's revealed what's going on and you look at it with different eyes, that party scene where she tells the story and then tells Ian, you'll never find a love like what because she's basically saying like, you were a piece of shit to me. I didn't give a fuck about you, So, I mean, yeah, he's definitely the worst character Bear is just really, he's just retarded, and he doesn't think, there's also good discourse saying that, maybe Nikki actually kind of did like him a little bit. And that if he'd been more confident and shot his shot, because I mean, take away the little man baby sweaters he wears and the stupid lispy way that he talks and the foppish hair and all that and the lack of self-confidence. Let's be real. Bear is a good looking motherfucker, dude. Like when he's shirtless and when he is, I've seen him in other stuff. He is good looking,
Meh.
But they make him foppish in this for a reason. Curry Barker's weird choice to have this guy play Ian. I get that he's I've seen all their
it's his friend, and
buddy. So of course he's gonna have, but I mean this guy. But then again, listen, I'm only medium handsome and I slay women. So I mean, I'm just saying, just because I'm confident and I'm a dickhead. So I mean, women eat that shit up, and I could see that, and it's definitely another thing Bear is guilty of is fetishizing Nikki. He's very much like Tom in 500 Days of Summer, where he likes the idea of Nikki, doesn't really know anything about her. He doesn't understand her writing. He doesn't know why she does the things that she does. He didn't know about her dad. So basically, he just had this idea in his mind. And then on top of that, he has this other girl who's equally hot or hotter, depending on your taste. I think Sarah's hotter, in my opinion. And he's completely ignoring her because, I mean, people are fucking dumb, dude.
We are. We want what we can't have, and when someone wants us, we don't want them. It's
right.
It's fucked up. But yeah, I kind of looking at this when I watch these old Curry Barker things. I'm like, the guy who plays Ian, he's pretty much piled on a bit of weight, hasn't he? He looks a little bit more like he's been bulking up or something. But guys like him, it's fucking true. He's telling Bear, he's doing all this big sappy, big monologue to this waitress, and even he's cringing, and he's like, listen, you can't do that shit with Nikki. She doesn't like that sappy stuff. I mean,
but the waitress,
yeah,
did.
but
he should have went for the waitress.
Yeah,
the waitress was digging it.
He also set him up wrong with the freaky Nikki thing.
Yeah, I agree. That's what, because as soon as he said that, I'm like, is he trying to jeopardize him a little bit here? Because it really does. It looks like, because once again, it's dropping hints. He slept with her because. He also mentions as well, like, I think you should tell her, go grab a drink. And it's like, yeah, but you always fucking show up with her and all the time on trivia. And it's like, yeah, because I fucking love trivia. And that kind of has
weird. That's a weird thing to do. I thought I was like red flag right away when he said that. I'm like, why? Who the fuck likes trivia? I love trivia, but I don't love it that much. I gotta like make sure that's part of my weekly, going out. And I mean, I get it. I am a little jealous of the little foursome friend thing all working together. I wish things were like that. Working for a private, and then later, and it took me my second viewing to realize that was Sarah's dad that owned the fucking place. Poor Sarah's dad on Monday morning coming in, his whole staff is dead. He's like, I gotta unpack all these boxes all by myself. What the fuck? Where's everybody at?
Yeah, the fucking guy who plays the dad, is he the guy that's usually on Conan O'Brien? Because he does get some funny. I don't know. He looks very familiar, the actor. He does get some funny stuff, like he tells about telling some 14-year-old shit brick to play Moon River or some shit like that. And I gotta do this thing, otherwise some Karen will complain. It's like, you can't say that. Why not? But
that's funny.
But this is a very good setup on the tone of the movie as well. When he starts doing the sappy little monologue, you got that really score that sounds romantic but kind of off as well. Like Bear is, like you said, he's not very stable when it comes to the how he views romance or love.
Right.
I know.
I mean, I've literally done this. Hell, I've done this with Blue Collar. Blue Collar and I have literally had this conversation, and Blue has been Bear, and I have been Ian. Sitting there, right to the cat thing. That's fucked up. I'll tell you another red flag of Bear is the way that he disposes of the cat. Instead of doing like a little funeral, burying the cat in the backyard, and him being careless and leaving his grandma's fucking pills laying around. Like, dude, you inherited this great house from your fucking grandma, and you just basically just kept it as a grandma house. Like, he's very slovenly, and you know what I mean? Like, and then immediately goes to doom scrolling on Instagram so he can stalk Nikki and shit. All of that is those red flags, and in my mind, unforgivable.
Because later on, do you think he's using the cat as well to try and get a little bit of a sympathy off Nikki? Because I don't know, because
Absolutely.
yeah, because
Absolutely.
like I said, he's very, like I said, he's not very stable, is he? And there is a little bit of narcissism. And Inside Man's here. How you doing, man?
I think he's gonna say he's tickety boo.
Yeah, he took it real one. I'll speak for you. It's like, oh, is it Italian 70s? I mean, otherwise I won't watch it, mate. Yeah. Are you on, man? Is your mic working? It'll work soon. It'll work soon. But yeah, I mean, he fucking gets changed and then decides to fucking clean up and investigate what is happening. What's happened to the cat? I was like, that's pretty fucked up now. The while you watch it, it's yeah.
Well, just the fact that he threw the cat in the trash is, I mean, that's like, you're so sad, but you don't even do like, if my dog died, we'd be having a service for him and fucking, like make a proper burial. And, just the fact that he just threw it in a bag and threw it out. I mean, that speaks to Bear's character or lack thereof. So, I mean, and then him just sitting there crying like a little bitch.
Oh, yeah.
This is the guy. I hate guys like this. I fucking hate.
At least he's not crying in front of others. Like, I can understand men crying privately because this is, we're the viewer on this. Like, he might be a little bitch if he was crying in front of other people, but I mean, his cat died. Let him cry. I mean, if your dog died, you're not going to cry in private.
No.
The only time, man. The only time. Sorry, man. Yeah. The only time men are allowed to cry in front of each other is when England gets kicked out the fucking World Cup. Okay, that's it. That's your free pass. Nothing else. Okay.
The only time you will see toxic cry is if we watch Rocky and the final.
You didn't cry during the birth of your children? You didn't?
No, God, no. I wasn't even there. I'm not staying around for that shit.
Jesus.
They're not gonna talk to me when they're older anyway. And two of them are black. Like, definitely didn't want to be in the room there. Fucking letting. God, Jesus. Can you imagine? That was like, I was like, dude, I just sent her a reparations check and,
Jesus.
chicken dinner. But yeah, no, this sitting there just and then oh, let's see what Nikki's doing. Like, gross.
Yeah, he is. Once again, he's very fucking unstable. I mean, the way it's shot, the lighting, the phone going on his face, it's pretty much hinted there's something off about him. He is. He's a creep. He's a creep. He's an obsessive creep. And yeah, even you actually see that Ian has liked her status as well. Once again, dropping little hints. She's been riding his love stick for the past couple of years or so. And then he gets a call off Nikki saying she's handing a notice in, and obviously then we get a nice little setup for the him getting a gift for her. She loses her hippie fucking crystal thing or whatever the fuck it's called. Jesus Christ, it's she's definitely into that weird shit, isn't she?
I mean, she's probably one of those I'm an empath type chicks. It's like she's when she has a bad day at work, she's like, I'm sorry, I flaked on the parcel orders for the music store because I'm partly neurodivergent, and I'm
Neptune's in the wrong moon.
Yeah, Neptune's in the wrong orbit, and she's almost for sure one of those. I mean, she's given money to homeless. Just so you know, I go out with somebody and they give money to homeless. I don't give a fuck how hot you are. We're done. We are done. Get away from it. Him sitting there mooning over it. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Like,
oh, yeah. That's the good thing about this movie. It doesn't matter if you like the fucking characters. What matters is they're interesting. There is, we've known people like this. That's it. In there.
Well, I also, like I said, I know people like I know Bear. Bear is like, if you guys know Blue Collar in real life, like he's exactly Bear. 100%. 100%.
We love you, Blue. We love you, Blue.
I'm just saying, like, I'm out.
He's an emotional guy. He's a romantic. He's a romantic. He's a romantic. He's a romantic, Blue. He is.
Listen, there are two kinds of guys: the kind of guys like Ian and the kind of guys like Bear. I mean, that's it. They're men are very simple creatures. And I don't doubt that Bear has a big heart. But if you don't understand women, it's like not understanding firearms. You shouldn't have one. So, and it can be very dangerous if you do. You could harm yourself or harm others. So
I don't tell my husband who has a bunch of firearms. I am his most dangerous weapon.
I believe it. Nadia, there ain't nobody that doesn't believe that that's true. So he better be fucking counting his lucky stars every day that you're allowing him to just exist in your presence. So as far as I'm concerned, he should be coming home every night bowing, saying horror queen nods. Yeah, same criticism in 1984. She used the monkey's paw to bring Pine back, was banging the guy without consent. Yeah, so by that logic, Wonder Woman is the villain as well. I didn't hear a bunch of discourse about Wonder Woman being the villain.
Well, they have pajamas. Yeah, but they have pajamas.
Yeah, it's okay if a woman does it. Yeah. Women are allowed to do stuff like that. It's only bad if men do it.
I mean, we're the superior sex, so yeah, of course.
Sure you are, honey. Sure you are. But see how I can like be like in two same breaths, I can have two different opinions. One is like your man should worship, and the other one's like being condescending. That's the kind of thing that women love. Women love that.
You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a woman. Toxic.
You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a man, Nadia. So there you go.
My dad's pretty cool.
Yeah, one question as well. There is something a little bit pretentious about Nikki as well, because she's quitting her job because she wants to be a writer, and there's like, yeah, but you need to fucking work in before you can get a job as writing. You mean
that is such a Gen Z chick thing to do, would be to like, I'm gonna quit I literally have that happening at work right now, where a chick is trying to find herself, and so she's quit her job and taken a leave of absence. I'm like, so how do you pay your bills? With your good intentions, or like your OnlyFans page? Or I mean, shit, it might be that maybe she's going to take out a student loan. Who knows? I mean, how much money can they really be making from this fucking low rent music store anyway? I don't know, but you know, dude, it's whatever. It might be one of those niche places that maybe you do make a bunch of money. This is interesting. So I caught a bunch of stuff here. I'm wondering if you guys caught it. No, go back a frame. Oh,
yeah. Did you also? I think she's supposed to appear in the party scene later on as well.
She does appear in the party scene, but more importantly, this scene, you see they have the fucking dildo penis.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw
that's because she wants to transition into a man, and later she's the same. Dude she's the same shopkeeper. She's the dude shopkeeper.
What? Whoa, that was quick. I mean, then again, how long was that love montage of possessed Nikki?
I'd say probably a couple. I conservatively a couple weeks. You talking about the meet cute lovey dovey shit with Bear and Nikki? I'd say probably a couple weeks. Probably, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wished to be a man, didn't she?
Yeah.
That's the one wish. Fucking hell, Christ.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Damn, man.
You're welcome. Yeah, I know. I'm good at this. I'm a detective.
I think somebody mentioned that there's a trans flag in the background in one of the shots in the.
That would make sense. I don't know what a trans flag looks like, so I'll take your word for it. But
I know you got them plastered all over your wall. Don't lie to me.
I really just want to be a woman. That's why I'm such a woman hater, because I just secretly just want to be a woman.
Yeah, that's what Elliot Page is saying. Is like, those guys. I mean, those straight guys are just secretly gay. You know, think what they're gay.
I mean, Toxic is kind of secretly gay if he doesn't like women.
It ain't a secret. It's not a secret. I'd be gay as fuck. I just need the right man. It's the thing is like, I need the right man. If you can do for me what my girlfriend does, but also take care of me, I'll jump ship. That's fine. I'll be gay for Bear. I'll treat him right. But let me move into your grandma's house and work on my podcast and my books.
Top or bottom, Toxic.
I'm definitely top, baby. I'm top all the way. Like I'm 100%.
You would switch for the right man.
Yes, come in.
Yes,
yeah,
now we can. Now we
can. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I had some kind of audio issue. So.
Oh, but everything sounds tickety boo now.
It's tickety boo now. Sorry about that.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Did you watch Obsession before you jumped on?
As a matter of fact, mate, I didn't. No, actually, I totally watched this movie. I absolutely I thought it was. Oh, it's fabulous. Absolutely, I can't speak more highly of this movie, and I'm really glad that you're doing this this spoiler thing here tonight for me as well. So.
Yeah, and everyone, spoiler alert! It's been out for a good couple of months now. So if you've not seen it yet, turn this off and go fucking see it. You will not regret it.
I thought it was great. Terrific.
I know I'm going to jump.
That's the end of the stream, guys. We're done.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah. So yeah, he goes into this hippie store to look for some kind of like spiritual crystal or some bullshit, and he finds the One Wish Willow. And because once again, it is cleverly setting this thing up as well. He's giving her a reason to find something for her, which will then lead into the total destruction that this movie is about to plunge all these characters in. And you can really see a lot of it. Almost looks like something from a joke shop as well. It's all like it looks a little bit old and rusty, everything, and once again, you're getting hints as well about, people complain about the wish not working. Sometimes blah blah blah, but sometimes it makes them wish they could delete their lives, blah 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 blah. So once again, it's setting up the ending there, which is what a good script needs to do. And even Sarah's kind of telling Nikki that she shouldn't be quitting her job just to be a writer before she can actually find a job that can get some writing in as well. Because Sarah's kind of maybe showing a little bit more smarts than Nikki, but
yeah, well, Sarah's working towards like a legitimate goal. She just probably doesn't care to work for her dad. It's probably makes her a little bit embarrassed that's like, but she's trying to get into some kind of art academy to do tattoos, I guess. Is that a thing? You have to go to an art academy to do tattoos? I don't fucking know.
I wouldn't trust anybody who hadn't.
All right, well, fair play.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen tattoos now? They actually look like you need to be a really good, legit artist to do it.
I don't know. I only really know prison tats is all I really know. But and I can assure you, those guys are not college graduates, 100%.
Yeah. But insert here above the butt crack. That's it. That's where you get tattooed.
That's where I know mine is.
Or should it be exit only?
Yeah, no, it says Boner Garage, actually. One thing that you touched on, Northern, and I think you guys will agree, or maybe you'll disagree. I mean, I don't know. Is the realistic dialogue that they have. This is how people talk. And there is big exposition dumps, but it's done in a realistic way. Having Bear, think how clever that was in that opening scene to have, because we got all tangled up in the essay discussion and blah, blah, blah. But think how clever that was to have Bear unburden himself as a test run on that poor fucking Denny's waitress, who was digging it, by the way. But it gives us all the exposition we need without that falling into that trope of a character telling another character stuff that they already know. Like Ian would already know that stuff. So it'd be no point in him just sitting there, the two of them having a beer or drinking over coffee and him, because Ian would know that. So it wouldn't be genuine, but having him unloaded on as a test run on the rando waitress, it makes perfect sense. I love the cleverness of that. Like that's how you want to do exposition, where it's and that's all you have to do is just be a little bit clever about how you do your exposition.
Do you know, I kind of agree and disagree on that. I think I agree that that's absolutely how exposition should be done. But I think I'm not sure whether it's clever or whether this is somebody who has actually observed how films are made. You know, who genuinely, you know, and I think because we've been so used to dumb, really, really fucking dumb exposition dumps that it's almost become the norm. You know, it's, you know, but in this case, even though I haven't seen the movie, but I'm obviously just gleaning from this movie what everybody has said about it. But I think this is evidently a guy who, you know, he's not just a talented guy. He's somebody who has decided that he's going to go out of his way to learn the language of filmmaking. You know, to learn exactly how it is that you tell a story without it looking too clunky and clumsy and derivative. And that's nice. I think it's. I just hope that he doesn't. Well, I think we've already known that he's sold out. But let's hope that he doesn't sell out any further than he already has.
Yeah, I know, because then again, Curry Barker's dad is a playwright, so he probably has gained some tips. He has gained some tips from
I didn't know that
as well. Right. Yeah, I just found that out as well.
That
so yeah,
explains a lot.
So so it probably is how he's gained some tips on writing. You know, writing characters, story, everything.
I mean, that's interesting. I mean, and why not? Why would you not, if you have gone into YouTube and thought, you know, I ultimately want to make it my goal, but I just can't be asked.
Hello, because of movies.
Stuff. Yeah, but it's nice. No, I'm pleased. I really am pleased for this guy. I'm really pleased for this guy.
And
I
he's
don't
got
think
a,
it's. Sorry,
yeah,
mate. go.
and apparently he's got a new movie coming out next year, and he will reference what happens to Nikki. I'm not going to say it. You can probably find it on Internet Movie Database as well. But yeah, I'm real keen to check out.
I mean,
what that next
I'm
movie
good with
is.
that. I'm good with that. I'm okay with like shared universe type stuff. I just hope they don't give them the next fucking Avengers movie to do. Like, oh, good, you did your one little indie film. Here's Avengers
Yeah.
Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like I no.
I think there was a discussion of doing like a One Wish Willow like series where it's different
Yeah.
stories throughout it.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with
Curry-
that. I'd be
yeah,
all right
Curry
with that.
Backer was saying, yeah, I'd do the pilot and then let other directors and writers try and do their own little thing and
Let.
all that stuff.
Yeah. Let, he says. Yeah, of course he would. He doesn't. As I said last night, he's not going to let anyone do anything when a TV company has control over everything. So yes, he has no authority when it comes to creative control whatsoever. They will let him. They'll allow him to direct the first episode and then do whatever the hell they like, as they always do.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's always true. I'm gonna push back on you a little bit with that.
Shut up.
Justified was very true to the source material, and not the abomination that was the Primeval thing, that the reboot thing that came on afterwards. Not that, of course, but the entirety of the 6 seasons of Justified. I think they stayed true, and even when Elmore Leonard passed away, R.I.P., they still stayed true to Elmore Leonard and stuff. I think they did.
Yeah, I mean that's something slightly different. I mean, who produced and directed that?
I couldn't say with any right off the top of my head. I don't know. Actually,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I think it was family members of Elmore Leonard, though. I think.
Right. Okay, then maybe it's because they really insisted on, the Elmore Leonard estate had insisted on full creative.
I wish the
control.
Lord of the Rings writers family had done the fucking same thing with Rings of
Yeah.
Power.
Oh, no, they're willing to fucking sell out Tolkien's vision. They are.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
actually, that was actually himself who sold that out right from the very beginning when he was first offered the film rights to be purchased. So that was him. He actually said, look, here are my characters. You can do anything you like with them.
Not to be a downer, but I do have to leave, unfortunately. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
it's-
guys.
glad we could have you on, though. Glad to have you on, and hopefully we can get you on for a good Halloween one someday.
Are we still doing From next week?
Yes, we are. We
All
are.
right.
We are doing
Okay.
From. So you better
I
bring
need
your
to
A game.
exercise that demon out of my soul, Nadia. I did it for you. I did it for you, Nadia. I almost think you got a one wish, and you fucking wished for me to watch that last season when I told
You're
you I
gonna-
wasn't going to.
You're gonna watch season 5 too.
Oh,
you
don't do
will,
that to me. Don't put that
'cause
evil
it's
on
the
me.
last- It's the finale.
I mean,
Come
I got it
on
now.
here. Yeah.
Somehow it's
All right.
fallacy.
Thank you for having me on. Yes. Just keep in contact with me about the Halloween stream and any other horror movies. If I can make it, I will do my best. So
Yes,
I
my
appreciate
queen.
it, guys.
Yes, my
Have a
God.
great day, you guys. Have a good
You
weekend.
too.
Take care,
You
Nadia.
too. You too.
Bye.
Good
Oh,
luck,
thank
Graham.
God she's gone.
Oh, she's awful. She's
Oh,
awful.
a terrible human being. Yeah. Don't invite her back.
So this scene, I mean, did you also kind of get the feeling that if Bear was a little bit more had a more of a healthy outlook on romance and blah blah blah, and he could actually be charming because he is getting a little bit of good banter here as well. He's been a little bit self-deprecating while doing the girly drink and all that other stuff as well. It's but of course, he's about to tell her that he's about to give her this gift, and then Ian just fucking interrupts, saying, "Hey, Sarah's dad has got this gun hidden, blah blah blah." What? Once again, setting up a good little setup through a little bit of dialogue, natural dialogue as well, because that's how you set things up. And it does pay off later as well. And I like the fact he's the one that ends up being on the receiving end of that payoff. So, obviously, they do the whole drink as well before getting the trivia, and then he mentions Sandy, and you kind of notice how Nikki and Ian fuck off once again, hinting that they're on and off together casually, and Sarah's the only one who actually shows them is actually questioning why Sandy, and she actually is a lot more sympathetic towards him when he tells her that Sandy is dad. Yeah,
Was he stranded at a drive-in? Brandon?
Stranded. Oh, Sandy, baby, why did you take my grandmother's pills? Why? So,
that's a good note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
anyway,
there are dogs everywhere. These ears have just pricked up.
yeah, man was right next to me and all. So yeah, where's Toxic gone? Is he here? You hears, man? Oh, is he gone?
I think you just scared him. You just scared him off.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, see if I
Yeah,
can scare any
broke,
more.
you broke the connection with your high pitched voice.
Yeah, see if I can do any more there. Anyway, so yeah, it's not said anything in private chat. Maybe he's got Signal playing up. Who knows? But
Can I just ask you, mate? There was something, a few things that we spoke about yesterday evening about this guy. Sorry, what's his name again?
Curry Barker,
Corey Barker.
Curry Barker, like in
Curry-
Vindaloo.
Curry.
Yeah,
Oh, really? Curry
Yeah.
Barker. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really interested in what Al had said about this guy and others about about them being the next kind of George Lucas, if you like. I was thinking about it last night after he'd said it, after he mentioned it, and I think it was quite an interesting thought. But the problem that I have with that is that I unfortunately I do think that this current crop of YouTube filmmakers, I think they have a finite life. Unless you're bringing in the big bucks like this, and it really has done immensely well at the box office. Unless you're bringing in these kind of big bucks, nobody's ever going to take you seriously. No one is going to take anyone seriously unless they're bringing in this kind of money. So I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are. Whether you think that there is like a new generation of filmmakers that are suddenly sort of come up from or coming up from YouTube. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's still too early to say, but I'm really hoping it does become like this new thing, like it that kind of like in the 70s when we had guys like Brian De Palma, Francis Coppola, and Martin Scorsese kind of killing it in the 70s. With their sort of like style and filmmaking and way of telling stories. And and same thing in the 90s when we had guys like Kevin Smith and Tarantino and what's the guy who did Dazed and Confused? Because we kind of had that little renaissance thing going on in the 90s as well. And I can't remember if we had anything in the fucking 2000s or the 2010s, but this decade, no, it looks like we might be having that. We'll see anyway. I'll give it another few years before I can say, yeah, we had our renaissance.
Yeah, I mean, there's not exactly a long list of these people that are really, really killing it, is there? I mean, this is
not yet.
This is the flash in the pan, and I think the unfortunate thing I think about this guy, Curry Barker, I can't keep calling him this guy. The unfortunate thing about him is I do believe that he is going to be a flash in the pan. It's not like it's, it's like with when movie making went from photochemical to digital. It was almost, everyone was kind of seeing it as this almost this Promethean, kind of beginning to something. The gods have suddenly handed down fire, or rather Prometheus has suddenly handed down fire to the minions, to the populace, the plebs, and all of a sudden everyone's run with it, and of course we know exactly how well that worked out, and that's not very well, because not many filmmakers really, good filmmakers really came out of the digital age that were not seeped in movies anyway, that were not that didn't do their time on a set, that didn't do their time in a production office or as a runner. Those are the ones that really have excelled. They've had this progression, and I think the same thing with the transfer from photochemical to digital is going to happen the same with this, that everyone sees a success and thinks that they can have exactly the same success. We know that there are loads of people out there that want to be filmmakers, and they never, ever, ever will be. They can be a YouTuber, but they cannot be filmmakers. And there's a reason for that. Just learning something, or rather aping something that other people do, and listening to things that other people say about filmmaking, doesn't mean that you've acquired that knowledge. You haven't absorbed that. And just thinking that you're a filmmaker doesn't make you so. So it's almost kind of plays into, what we have today, this weird sense of non-reality, where people can imagine themselves to be absolutely anything. Today I'm going to be a toaster, tomorrow I'm going to be an elephant, this day I'm going to be this, you can imagine anything you like, but it ain't reality. And I think this is going to be the cause of, and to blame for, many, many, many other YouTubers that are going to want to make movies and think that they can, just because they happen to like movies and want to be a movie maker. I don't think it's going to be the start of anything big. We may well get some decent people like this guy, Curry Barker, out of this, but I think it's going to be a long, 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 long wait.
Yeah, it probably was as well, because it's still too fucking early to say.
It is. I agree with you.
And movies are just it's kind of become a bit of a fragile thing with movies these days as well. I mean, very rarely are we getting movies where we can rewatch and see something new again, and this is like one of the few exceptions of this decade. And once again, we'll see what happens anyway. But at the moment,
I do think that the big issue is this: that instead of getting movies, we're getting long form television. That's all we're getting. We have long form TV. We don't really have movies. Most people sit indoors and in their own homes watching streaming services, or on their computers, or on their phones, or whichever device they choose to use. Most people are doing that when they're consuming these products. They're not going to movie theaters. A movie is only a movie if it's seen, in movie theaters, to be perfectly honest with you. And one of the reasons why I just do not like streaming services. I don't like what they've done to movie theaters and to movie going, and the way they've denied so many people that fantastic experience of going to a theater and experiencing something with a group of people. But it's really long form television rather than movie making, and that's kind of a little bit of a groove that they seem to have fallen into. I hope that there's going to be a renaissance somewhere along the line, but it depends on box office takings. This has done what, 500 million?
Yeah, it's done fucking loads. It's done. It's still in the cinemas now. Even on digital, it's still in the cinemas now, and it's still making him money. So
that's great. That's great.
know?
Fair play to him.
Yeah,
it also helps having a father who's a playwright.
Yeah, I know, because he, like you said, when you look at the YouTube shots he's done, he actually does know how to frame a scene and everything. He's done a really good horror parody trailer as well, and it seems very sort of like playing on the cliches of what we see in these horror trailers today. And
not to be a dick though, but I'm glad he didn't insert himself in the movie beyond a voiceover thing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's him. That's him in the later on in the as the customer service guy, isn't it?
Creepy as fuck looking. Like he is.
Oh yeah,
a weird looking dude, man.
Yeah, that's why every time you watch one of those videos on YouTube, he's always played this awkward nerdy guy, like the guy who. It was like, if I give you a negative tip, would that lower the price of the food? I feel like he should. Because but and the thing is, the guy who plays here probably does have a little bit more of a better look to him as well, a little bit more charisma, doesn't he? And once again, we are getting more hints of Ian and Nikki. They've been on and off together as well, because she's begging Ian to take her home, and Bez is like, I'll take you home, no big thing. And he kind of looks a little bit pissed off as well. Maybe he was hoping to get another little fucking lay-in with her. Maybe it's
maybe, but maybe it's just as simply as what he said it was. Maybe he doesn't want Bear to embarrass himself with his fucking putting the pussy on the pedestal fucking bullshit with Nikki. I mean, he does clearly tell him, and he's like, listen, she's not into that fucking put your heart on a sleeve fucking bullshit. Like, she's not about that. And he's not wrong, because look what it does to her when he does force that on her with the magic wish thing. It corrupts her and makes her all fucked up, because that ain't what she's about. So that's why it makes everything all fucked up and twisted, and or at least that's my theory anyway. I think, you can be a dickhead and still want the best things for your friends. So I think two things can be true at once. I think Ian can be a toxic dickhead, and he still doesn't want Bear. He just wants Bear to shake that shit off, and because later, I would submit to you this, Ian doesn't like start worrying about what gossip is being said or who said what or who did what or whatever. He's like, is she okay? Like, what's going on with her? Like, what is happening? Like, he actually seems concerned for her welfare. So, I mean, make of that what you will.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, it does offer a lot of theories as well. Like I said, because it does almost suggest calling her Freaky Nikki, and maybe it did work with him. Maybe it did work with Ian.
Right.
That's how he got laid with her a couple of times.
Exactly.
But with Bear, because he's not that confident, it just makes him come across as a bigger ass.
Yeah, because he doesn't even say the way he was like, a lot gets said about Indy Navarrete and her performance in this, and as it should. Actually, everybody's pretty much firing on all cylinders. Although I think the guy that plays Ian, he's probably just acting like himself, probably. But
yeah,
everybody,
he does kind of play very similar characters in the YouTube shots. So yeah.
But not enough gets said because he's a creepy incel. That how good the guy that plays Bear, his performance is, because it is really good. I mean, imagine being this good-looking dude and you've got to fucking incel yourself out to fucking play this kind of nebbishy, foppish, kind of, soft boy beta cuck that he plays in this, Okay, Freaky Nikki, have a good night. I was just kidding. I like you as a friend. It's like, shut up. I hate you.
Yeah, I forgot to mention one guy, Acres of Movies. All right, if you're new here, welcome, and thanks from Stacey. Okay, well, I'll thanks. Stacey's welcome as well. I don't know who she is.
But Acres of Movies, Stacey's mom has got it going on. So remember that. Remember I said that.
Yeah. Up you subscribe to my good friends as well, and hope to see you on more chats later on and on later streams. So
just quickly, just to interrupt quickly, to everyone watching, we're actually not his good friends. So subscribe to his good friends. We're not.
Yeah, I pay them to be my friends. All right.
I was actually going to follow on by saying we're his great friends.
Oh, now I feel like a shit. Fuck you, inside man. Fuck you.
Clever, that one. Very cleverly.
I got
himself.
Yeah, I'm just going to answer this question as well. Because, all right, what do you guys think of them making the One Wish Willow a mass-produced novelty sold by an established company rather than something mysterious the shop found or got from an indie source? I kind of like it. I like the fact that corporations are kind of messing with something that they shouldn't be doing and taking no responsibility for it whatsoever.
Yeah,
I like that.
Women were, several years ago, a lot of people don't realize this. Women were very close to being equal to men. And then Apple came out with the iPhone and then just completely reset their fucking hard drives. So, good job, Steve Jobs, keeping women in their place. As far as that goes, how could Bear fumble Sarah so hard? Like, dude, like if they had made her uglier or in some other way, but dude, she's a fucking banging.
Oh yeah, she is. She's fucking. She's got that nice little chubby face on her as well. There, like it kind of goes back to I mean, I've said this about Indy Navarrete when she was in her 20s, but it almost is like when we mentioned Sarah Michelle Gellar having a little bit of chubbiness in her face in the first series of Buffy and kind of looking adorable with it.
Cherubic, I think.
Yeah.
Healthy.
That's it. Yeah.
One might say healthy, a healthy look. Yeah. Like I like my women like I like my cars, built for comfort, not for speed. So I need to look at a woman and know that she's got some thighs that'll jiggle, some stuff that I can grab, and I want to know that she can, I know she's thick and she can take a punch.
Yeah. Am I the only one who kind of thinks that Bear and Sarah kind of do have a little bit of chemistry in the short moments they have? It does almost feel like these should be together, but once again, it's that what you want, what you can't have, and then when you want it, you don't want it anymore. It's
you mean when you have it, you don't want it anymore?
Yeah. Or if you have too much of it, you really don't fucking want it anymore. But
I mean, well,
Yeah. Like you said before, we people, we're fucking dumb. We are. So yeah, he's driving her home as well, and she's not exactly as sympathetic towards him with when he mentions the cat as well. And it's like, I'm still trying to process it because I don't. Do you think she kind of noticed he might be manipulating her a little bit? I don't know.
Well,
That's one of the things.
So knowing what we know now, it's played a couple different ways. It's because they shot it a couple different ways. They had it shot in such a manner where
Yeah, I read about that.
In one scene, she's playing that she likes him, and the other one she's being cagey and showing that she doesn't. And then they intercut those scenes to make you very brilliant method of storytelling. So and kind of like the American Psycho thing where Willem Dafoe's private investigator character in some of the scenes he knows that Bateman's the killer, and other ones he doesn't know, and some that he thinks, and and then they just intersplice those things together to kind of keep you on your toes. Yeah, I know.
I mean, this is definitely a guy who knows filmmaking. He knows film language. He knows how to tell a story. That's terrific.
Yeah, because I think, despite being a very awkward-looking guy, he looks like he knows people and how people think. And I bet I would not be surprised if he had a crush on women like Nikki and knew and found a way to insert that kind of character in here as well. For that inspiration, I should say. But yeah, she just wants to be a writer, and this once again it does set up the really terrifying monologue she starts saying later on. Especially that Hansel and Gretel story that she just utters so brilliantly. But she also mentions Sarah as well. I mean, what do you think of Sarah at the moment? And it's like, I just think she's a friend. And once again, he's not being too smart on the uptake, is he? Because he's too obsessed with Nikki. It's like his obsession is too powerful with him.
Well, it's not only that. It's he doesn't know how to. He's just the basic thing is that he doesn't know how to express himself. If you can't express yourself,
book, isn't he?
It dries women's vagina up like the Sahara. Like you got to be able to express. Like they're not going to do it for you unless you're 6'5" and fucking built like a brick shit house. Then you can just be a mongoloid drooling. But I mean, he's good looking, but he ain't that good looking. So I mean, make of that what you will. It's one of those things that the conversations that aren't being had or being had too late is the tragedy. It's very well done in that, and usually that annoys me. But it's so well performed by the actors in this and so well written and plotted out that I give this a lot more grace and forgiveness than I do a lot of other things. Like if this was a TV show, I'd be annoyed with it by like episode 3. But because it's a movie and it's done in this short form content, one and done, I'm a lot more forgiving of that situation than I would be otherwise. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just. Also, it's you need to consider it's called mate choice copying. So women want what other women want, and women want what other women have. So if she sees the fact that Sarah's kind of scheming on him, then maybe she sees something there. You can be the same exact guy with the same exact attributes, the same exact personality, money, cock, all those things. But if one woman has you, then other women want you. So I have never gotten so much pussy as when I've had like multiple chicks thirsting after me. And it's just like, and I even had one of them ask me one time, was like, does it make you happy? All these girls fighting over you? I'm like, yeah, it totally feeds into my ego. I love it.
It is amazing. It is,
it's great. There's nothing better than having a bunch of, chicks with huge daddy issues throwing their fucking twats at you like 24/7. It makes you feel like a god. You feel like a god amongst men. You just run around and it's like having superpowers. It's amazing. And
she has daddy issues. She's estranged from her father. She doesn't like him, and
love it.
That comes out later, doesn't it? So yeah,
love it.
Like she's a very flawed character as well, and Bear is unable to see past that because, like he said, it's the idea of her he likes more. It
is. He doesn't know Nikki. He's never read anything she's written. He doesn't really know the whole thing going on with her dad. He doesn't know what she really wants. He's not in a position to give her any advice. You can't be. So this is my thing when I've had instances where people say, well, yeah, men and women can be friends. I agree with it to a point. It's really rare exceptions. I do have female friends, but they are so far and few between because either one or two things happen. Either the guy starts getting the hots for the chick or the chick starts getting the hots for the guy. It's one or the other, almost always happens. And the only reason I'm friends with as many chicks as I am friends with is because I was in a military occupation that had men and women blended together. And because we've, pissed in the woods together and fucking smelled each other's farts in the tent, and you can kind of, it takes away the, no one wants to get with a chick with hairy armpits that's out in the field scratching her butt and eating an MRE. So you're just kind of like, yeah, you're like a sister to me. I don't even look at you like that. Like, you're gross. And that's okay. That's okay. It's like I grew up with that. I grew up watching Aliens and seeing Vasquez and Pharaoh and Ripley all in there with all the dudes, and I thought that was normal. I'm like, yeah, I could see that.
There is a little bit of small print to that. Certainly on my part, they have to be ugly but smart to be.
See,
friends.
but the thing with the ugly chicks is like sooner or later, then it goes the opposite. Then the ugly chick gets a boner for you, and then they fuck it up. And listen, I'll tell you what, men are not super in their best form when it comes to having a boner for a chick that doesn't have a boner for you back. We're not well suited for that. But I'll tell you who's way worse is women. When women have it for a guy and he turns them down, they go motherfucking insane. Yeah. So, but it is what it is.
I know, because Eva mentions like he doesn't get exactly what she's going for. She's like says, "Oh, I'm writing a love story." It's romance. It's like, no, love story. She wants to quit the job because she wants to feel some love or some pretentious shit. And once again, it does kind of show she's got a little bit of entitlement to her, a tiny bit, hasn't it? Really, but he tries to offer the gift, but then says, "Oh no, I left it at home," and so she walks off. And then he does the whole freaky Nikki line, and God, man, it's so cringe. It's like, yeah. But then she does. Then she asks him, "Do you like me?" And he's like, "No, I think we're good friends." And she actually looks very disappointed as well, a little bit, because
is she disappointed that he didn't answer in the affirmative, or is she disappointed that she knows he's full of shit and he's just going to keep harboring? It's really played very subtly, and I'm here for it. But again, this could have solved the entire remaining of the movie. Would not happen, and all the tragedies that occur. He's been like, get out of the car, stand up, look her in the eye, and just say, look, yeah, I got feelings for you, and I know it might cost us our friendship. Maybe I'm feeling something that you're not feeling back. Or maybe I'm feeling something that I'm misconstruing as actual feelings, and I don't know what it is. But I've been having these feelings for a while, and I don't know where to put them. If you're feeling it back, I would like to pursue it. But if you're not feeling it back, I would like us to still be friends if we can. But if we can't, that's okay too, and it's understandable. Like, that's what should have been said by a mature fucking adult. But he's not. He's a little man baby incel boy cuck. So
Yeah, no, exactly fucks up. And I said this in my review. If he was probably more honest to Nikki, it would have solved something. If Sarah was more honest to fucking Bear, and Nikki was a little bit more honest about to Bear that she wasn't into him or was into him, who knows? Maybe this wouldn't, none of this crazy shit would have happened. But that's it. The characters aren't very that honest with each other, are they? And she already knows. She probably already knows that Bear is into her because they talked about.
They always know.
Yeah,
they always know.
I know, because Sarah actually fucking talked to her and asked her about Bear, and he's like, "Oh, I think of him as a little brother." So she fucking she's kind of been leading him on a tiny bit, hasn't she? Just a tad bit, or a lot. But yeah, he strikes out and he's like, "Oh fuck," and then he pulls out the one wish will, and he's just he doesn't realize this thing's gonna work. He's just saying it out of despair, isn't he? That's it, just out of pure anger at himself.
Yeah, it's like going out and ordering a bunch of fucking pancakes or something to fucking drown your sorrows, or having a hard fucking wank in the fucking drive-through. It's just like trying to get it done before the fucking cashier takes your money. It's oh, is that just me? Okay, maybe it's problematic. I'm not sure.
Well, that's the thing. It's just an honest reaction as well, and but And once again, this is what Curry Barker has done really well. He hasn't figured out the full law of the One Wish Willow. He wants people to come to their own conclusions about it. You know, he's that's why I kind of respect him. He's not insulting the audience because it is the audience jobs to, you know, come to their own conclusions. You know, look at something and think, okay, so maybe this is what this is about. Or no, this is what this is about. Yeah, you're crazy. This is not what it's about. But that's the whole thing with show, don't tell. It's a visual media. But once again, and speaking of visuals, this is so great. I mean, this is already saying something is fucking off here. The way she's silhouetted with that light, everything. So yeah, Blue Collar look. Yeah, look. If he would have told her his feelings and got hair, then we'd have a 30-minute movie. Yeah, because it's horror film. Shit has to go bad. You know, characters have to do stupid things that are pretty much human. That is the fault of humans themselves, and that's why these horrors work very well. And a lot of she did actually fuck up a take here as well, which he kept in because it just made things come across a bit more confusing and more of a man fuck for Bear as well. Which
how did she fuck up the take? How did she fuck up the take?
Yeah, apparently when she was going around into the car and then came back again, you know, it's and Curry Barker left it in because the disorientation of it just felt real right as well for what Bear is going through. The utter confusion that Bear's going through.
And she farted as well. So
that makes sense actually. That makes sense.
Yeah, how many people are probably prepared to pay for a bucket of air fat, a fucking jar of air fat these days? Jesus.
A jar of something else, but no, forget the fart.
I know, fucking hell, man. People sell bathwater now. It's people are getting more fucked up.
I do.
It really has.
Yeah. If you'd like a jar of bathwater from Inside Man, just jump onto the website below www.insidemansqueefybathwater.com.
I know, but she starts making it out like, well, I could use some company since I lost my car. And they're like, oh, wait, I mean, you lost your car. And once again, this is very subtle where she catches a glimpse of her reflection and then is like, what the fuck? Then starts laughing as if something just happened that and she laughs about it because, you know, it's something weird that's happened and she has no idea what it is. And she's shrugging it off, but then the possessed Nikki kind of comes out again. Mm. And so it is almost like the possessed Nikki is overcompensating as well because then she starts rushing around and starts using the whole "my dad is dying of cancer" kind of thing, isn't she? So,
well, she doesn't go straight to that. She goes, is there some confusion? And it's very well done. You know, like you and I have broken down Buffy the Vampire Slayer for some time, and there's a very similar episode in which, you know, the incel character Xander makes a wish that his girlfriend will become obsessed with him. But it goes haywire and all the other chicks except her become obsessed, but they all like say that same key phrase, which is both creepy, but it's also kind of pedantic at the same time as far as the writing goes, because it lets him know a lot sooner. Unlike the characters in this movie that are supposed to be based in reality, the characters like on Buffy, they know they live in a supernatural world and stuff like that. So something like that, he's able to deduce within minutes before the commercial break of exactly what is going wrong, and then they quickly deduce how to fix it. But in this, it's a situation in which I think the spell is taking place and it gradually takes Nikki over. Seeing her reflection, as happens a couple different times in the film, is when Nikki, it sort of not breaks the spell, but puts the spell on pause a little bit, or at least breaks through, and then the real Nikki. So it's probably easier to think of the two different Nikkis, real Nikki and Freaky Nikki. I was
thinking that.
Yeah, and so
because
Freaky Nikki starts taking over. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because you kind of wonder if Freaky Nikki is actually some warped version of Nikki, or just a spirit that's basically just taking over her body, because she seems to know she wants to be a writer, and she starts using that kind of knowledge as a way to write all these horrible monologues, doesn't it? So yeah,
what a lot of people don't consider is, you know, in order to be a good writer, or even just a prosaic one, really, you have to be a little schizophrenic, because you have to create voices in your head and characters to say certain things, and at the end of the day, all of those characters are part of you. It's just you saying them. You can
Yep.
create these characters, you can make them realistic, you can have them have autonomy, you can have them have backstories, but at the end of the day, all of the characters are just basically you. You know, I've got 30 something plus characters in my book. They're all me in some form or another. Even the more deplorable and despicable ones are just variations of me. So she's got all of those ideas already in her head, and we don't know what Freaky Nikki was back in high school. Maybe Freaky Nikki was doing some wild ass fucked up shit. Maybe that Freaky Nikki didn't have complete, you know, is not as put together as the Nikki that we come to know at the beginning of this film. Maybe she was out there bumping rails on the back of toilet tanks and taking on 2 or 3 dudes at a time, and, you know, doing all kinds of wild shit. And that's why the Freaky Nikki thing is there. So that variation of her, and it goes to the point where that's the last thing he says to her before the spell happens is "Good night, Freaky Nikki." That's like the biggest thing, their bigger interaction before that is the Freaky Nikki thing. So maybe that, you know, fuck the whole theory about the cat. You know, I believe that this persona is the persona that is the, you know, the alternate one, the obsessed one, whatever you want to call it. I won't say possession because there's nothing to possess, but the wish version is the Freaky Nikki version. And I find that to be, you know, more, you know, suitable to the rest of the story. And, you know, this is all just, this is just how he should have known something was wrong. I mean, who the fuck walks into a grandma house and says, "Ooh, I like the way it smells in here"?
Yeah, no, she's because he's confused as well. He's like, he kind of, but I think he feels a little bit obligated to sort of be the good guy, and you know, she looks like she's having a good time. She's already mentioned her dad is dying, so it's like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna tell her to fuck off and stop acting like a weirdo. I think she just needs someone, and even he's kind of skeptical about getting into bed with her. You know, he's like, he's willing to sleep on the floor, everything. Just
yeah.
Once again, it's like, and once again, this good lighting as well. I mean, where you could barely make anything out. It's almost like, and it looks like that's a really good awkward position. That is a guy who's wondering what the fuck is happening. You know, it's.
I mean, there's a lot being said about Bear being a villain, but I would have folded immediately. I'd already be like all the way inside of her at this point. Like, you get down in your bra and panties in my bed. I mean, I don't fucking possession and wish be damned. You're getting it. You know, I'll say, damn the consequences. You know, like you ain't getting it. Yeah, I'm not letting you in the door when you get you get down to your bra. I mean, fuck a bunch of bullshit. I mean, he held out a lot longer than most people would. All the little feminist guys that are trying to jump on the bandwagon going, "Yes, I hate her. He did this. He's a bad guy, Bear." I was like, listen, man, Indy Navarrete and her fucking luscious titties are in the bed with you, and she's fucking looking like that and being vulnerable. It's like 10 seconds and you got your pants off. This dude, he managed to stay out of it all night long, even before she was doing fucking wild shit. So I say kudos to Bear. I say Bear's the hero of the story. How about that? Bear is the hero in this story all the way.
Yeah, I kind of like the fact that Freaky Nikki's a little bit more manipulative as well. She's kind of playing that, "I'm so sorry, I'm being weird, blah, blah, blah," like really poor me. And she does seem to be very good at trying to manipulate him. And it's almost like the Wish version of that is kind of an infant that's created just to love and doesn't know anything about boundaries or social norms or anything like that. You know, it's because when something does go wrong where it's like Bear doesn't seem to love her enough, she does kind of act like she throws a tantrum like an infant. I mean, wait, she pouts
like a woman.
She pouts later,
like a woman does.
And yeah, there's plenty of women who do act like this as well.
Yes, my ex acted exactly like this. The first time she broke up with her boyfriend, we worked at the bar together. Amber Wika, talking about you, Amber. We went out for, she's like, "We need to go get a drink," and we were friends. We need to go out for a drink because my boyfriend just dumped me. Okay, we go out for a drink. She's fucking naked, falling through the shower curtain. You know, and listen, I folded immediately, just so you know. So, and nothing that Nikki does, with the exception of the murders in this, is not something that my ex has done. So I was just like watching this going, "Oh, Amber's done that. Amber's done that." It's like a text, it's like a playbook of what psycho head case fucking women will do. You know, mine did it without the aid of a One Wish Willow. So,
yep. And then this is where we start to see a little bit more of the real Nikki kind of coming out a little bit as well. You know, she snaps back. He's wondering what the fuck has happened, and she's
Well, yeah,
like,
because there was
"It's
a
okay."
mirror.
Yeah.
She saw herself in the
mirror.
mirror. She saw
Yeah.
herself in the mirror. Yeah.
Yeah, like she said, she saw something. It's like it was a panic attack. It was a panic attack. It's okay. So obviously he doesn't sleep with her, and he is kind of suspicious now as well. He's like, wait, this wish can't be coming true. This can't have come true. Is it? Has it? And this is what kind of makes him a bit kind of half suspicious but half skeptical as well, because the
internet gives you
Yeah.
exactly what the internet would give you. There's some people going, it totally works, and then
I know.
other people like, that's a bot, that's not real, it doesn't work for shit. And that is exactly the response, and why one of the reasons why I not only don't buy into the whole Bear's a villain thing, because he does try to, he's like, did I just do magic? And then he does what we would all do. He Googles it. I like that they call it probe. That's funny. He goes to Google it, and he doesn't get any solid answers. He gets more gobbledygook, which is exactly what would happen in that situation.
Yeah, exactly. Give me a minute. The dog's wilding. Let me get her out of the bedroom now. I think she's getting a bit bored.
So I'll talk about real quick. The use of shadows in this movie is very well done. They in great lengths showing Freaky Nikki taking over, and a lot of times Corey Barker's able to utilize shadows to keep her face veiled and her body veiled, in that giving us an idea that in fact something is in fact definitely fucking wrong here. And just enough mood lighting in the background, you're in the presence of maybe not evil, but certainly something otherworldly. And I think
the good use of shadows. Yeah, exactly. Because every time it's because they really do use the silhouettes on Nikki to show that something is off about her here. Really,
not
really
to
well.
underplay not to underplay what Kerry Barker has actually done, but this would have been the work of the lighting cameraman or director of photography, as it were.
They use like
yeah.
They use like LED lighting as well to sort of like create the harsh shadows and these creepy visuals.
But just to clarify something, when people talk about directors, a director is the person that tells the actors what to do, and that's it.
Yeah, so it's director of photography, isn't it? And
it's the director of photography that's in charge of all of the visual aspect, and when you make a film, you need to know that everybody that's on that set is better at their job than you are at your job. They have to be absolutely on their A game, particularly the director of photography. If you have a great DOP, then they're the ones that actually make the directors look fantastic. But make no mistake, a director, they do something. There's no question. They seem to be the ones that get all of the plaudits and all of the awards and everything. But a director is the person that tells them to walk from A to B. That's all they do. Anyone that tells you any different is either fooling themselves or hasn't got a fucking clue what they're talking about.
Yeah, a lot of directors kind of start off as like directors of photography. I mean, look at Barney Sonnenfeld when he was working with the Coen brothers.
Some do. But I think for the most part, they know that if they're a DOP, then they're the ones that still have overall control over the visual aspects of a movie. But don't let anyone tell you or convince you, or start to talk about directors saying that, they did this shot really well. They may ask the DOP to do something, but the DOP really has autonomy on that set, and the DOP will do exactly what they feel is correct, and they're the only ones that can override the director on that set. So it's the DOP. Forget about the directors. All they are is an instructor telling the actors not to walk into furniture.
Okay, fair play.
It's true. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. Directors, a lot of directors think that it's something completely different. And going into directing, means that you sit there, on a nice sort of fold-out canvas chair with a cigar in your mouth and a baseball cap on your head. Just call action, cut, and you guys did great. Yeah, that's fantastic. And I'm going to pick up my awards next week. It's not like that at all. It isn't like that at all. If you watch directors, watch directors.
Just give me a second. I'm going to take the dog out the back because she's still whining, so she might need
Okay,
to
mate.
go. Give me a
Okay.
second.
Okay, mate. But yeah, I mean, a good director will accept the advice from everybody. A bad director will accept advice from himself only.
So Ridley Scott, then Ridley Scott.
Yeah, well, exactly. See, he used to take advice from everyone. He used to take advice from his DOPs, and then suddenly he got slightly egotistical because he wanted to be the one to operate. He wanted to be the one to operate the camera, and the DOPs were basically surplus to requirements. And this is what happens, when you have an ego the size of Ridley Scott's, or even, dare I say it, Steven Spielberg's.
Oh, Steven, you child
who do
murderer,
make perfectly okay films, but it is you have to give all of the credit for the visual styles of any movie to the director of photography, and any director that does not default to the DOP is a fucking moron. And but it looks like he is this guy's done it correctly. He has defaulted to his DOP, and his
I would
DOP is
definitely
clearly
like
talented.
to know more about that. I don't know as much about obviously filmmaking as you do. Being an actor for as long as you have been, but I'm definitely interested in who he utilized for this. Did he call in some heavy talent? Did he give someone else a chance to be his DOP, like the way he was given a chance to do this? Was it another one of his YouTuber friends that
I have a feeling, do you know, that's a really, really interesting point, because I actually have a feeling that he knows people that just required a good break, just required a break on something that he knew was a talented person. And I think that the guy that did that was a director of photography on this, I reckon that he was one of his buddies, one of the people that, he's thought, this guy really does need some, to be broken somewhere. And why not? Because there are talented people out there that just don't get the breaks, but there are untalented people out there that don't get the breaks that blame everybody else.
and that's
so,
the conundrum, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because everyone thinks that they have something to say, and they don't. I think it was W.H. Auden, an English novelist and author and poet, that said everyone believes that they have a book in them. For the most part, that's precisely where that book should stay. And that's what we have. We have people that everyone that thinks that they have a script. Everyone thinks that they've got a script. Everyone thinks that they've got a movie in them, and they really haven't. They really haven't. I've seen them come and go, for years. I mean, bearing in mind that I would say I'm into my 42nd year now in the business. So, so I think I'm not saying that I'm speaking from authority or anything, but I'm just speaking from experience, the things that I've observed, and the types of people that I've observed, and they don't change. From 40 years ago, they've never changed to 30 years ago, to 20 years ago, and to last week. They don't change. They're still exactly the same. There's still a bunch of talentless husks who think that they have something to offer, and they genuinely don't. They are not going to be the next big thing, but and that's the reality of film, I'm afraid. But these guys, I'm so convinced that this guy has absorbed film throughout his, I don't know how old he is, but I'm convinced that
I think he's 27.
He's what?
I think he's 27, late 20s.
You're joking, really?
Yeah, even said this on a video.
Fantastic. I mean, this actually really makes me happy to know that there are younger people out there that are genuinely quite thoughtful on the and seriously talented.
Mr. Press,
Are you speaking to us from space, Northern? Where are you out in the?
I think he's in the toilet again.
Oh, are you in the?
Yeah. You might want to mute that, Luke. I think we've just heard a quick plop.
So the DOP for this is a guy named Taylor Clemens. He's done Worthless, Psychosynthesis, and Forbidden Fruit, all in the early 2020s.
Right? Don't know any of that.
Don't know any of that myself.
Curry Barker has obviously identified something with this guy.
Sure. He's probably, I'd be willing to bet they're probably traveling the same circles.
Yeah.
And he plucked him out and was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna do this movie. It's gonna be kind of indie fare.
Yeah.
Can you jump on and give me some A+ work?" And he was like, "Yeah, bet. Let's do the damn thing."
Yeah, well, I've just found out what was happening to my mic. It went onto the webcam one for some reason. I don't know why. It's like just automatically just reset my mic settings to go to the
It
web.
happens. It happens. Don't worry about it.
It did sound like you were in the toilet.
I know. Fucking hell. What is going on? StreamYard, sort your shit out. If I want to I want my fucking mic set to webcam, I will set it to webcam.
Yeah.
So this is the next morning, obviously now, and she's just dug up the fucking cat and or took the cat out of the garbage bag and just laid this memorial thing for him, and is like,
to be fair. Okay, so I've been a pretty big bear defender throughout this. This is hard to defend. This is like, yeah, you can't dig up my dead cat and make a mural for her. Like this is insane. And you did an insane thing here. Now I know later she attributes it to being on drugs, but I don't know how much drugs you need to be on to do some psycho shit like this.
But like you said, he's a bit of a fucking retard. And once again, the fucking daddy, he kind of gets a couple of good funny lines, though, doesn't he? It's like, yeah, I gotta start this thing out with Karen. It's like, hey, you can't call them that. It's like, you just can't say Karen. And this is where he talks to Ian about, so how things go with Nikki. And it's like, I know it's like really weird. She's doing all this stuff about her dad dying and all that other stuff. And do you think she might be on Molly? It's like, maybe. And once again, it is kind of like just sort of like escalating it just a tiny bit as well, with Nikki just looking straight at them and staring at them, and you get that comedic scene where he's going, okay, just make it look like we're laughing together, ha 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 ha, because how the fuck are you supposed to act when someone you know is basically just acting weird like that out of nowhere? But am I the only one who wants to wear these fucking shirts here? These are actually pretty cool little shirts.
Maybe it's a Halloween, it's a Halloween idea this year. Like, wear these. Go with 3 of your friends, 2 girls and 1 guy, and just wear the fucking Obsession music store shirts that they all have on. So
let me get my notes up. So yeah, he is sort of trying to rationalize this as well. He's trying to think. He's trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and but Ian seems to be very convinced that she's on Molly. So he actually goes to talk to her. And
I mean, what else would it be? That's the thing that why people are so unforgiving of. It's like, well, Bear did this and he put her under a spell, dude. You would not think you put someone under a fucking spell. That's the thing. Like, it's really easy to watch a horror movie and go, oh, well, I would do this and I wouldn't do this and I would do this and I would know this. And no, the fuck you wouldn't, because in real life, you would just go, this isn't a horror movie. Like, I'm not in a horror movie right now. So that doesn't make any sense that the fucking wish, like I said, it's not until the penultimate final scene of this movie when he really grasps what's going on fully, which is something I disagree. The Drinker did a review on this and he was like, I like that it didn't go through a whole bunch of stuff where he was trying to figure the shit out, like, The Ring and things like that. Well, yeah, because he didn't think it was real, because like wishes aren't real. I mean, it's now in this world it is, but this is a fucking movie. So you wouldn't know that. So if this was, Corey did this in such a way so that it's taking and, very similar to what Stephen King manages to do. If you read a lot of Stephen King, he managed to ground the small town, whether it be the It universe or the Salem's Lot or Carrie or whatever. He manages to ground it in such a way that the horror element comes in and it seems ridiculous and people die because they just don't know that they're in a horror story. Yeah. Because why would you? Why would you?
I know, because these are dumb kids, but they're still kind of trying to be rational human beings in their own dumb way, aren't they? It's so yeah. So after the shift is finished, I mean, obviously Ian's like, I need a fucking drink after that. Megan doesn't want to, and he's actually going. Even Nikki is not totally. He's still being very casual about her obsession to him a little bit because he's like, I think I'm going to go home by myself. It's okay. I was just grabbing my purse, and yeah, he's obviously his rad, isn't he? Yeah, Bear is Ian's rad. I don't know if because Ian says his car is like in the shop, isn't he? Something like that. But then, yeah, once again, he's looking at the side effects of Molly, isn't he? To see if it might be the reason why Nikki's acting so weird. You know, he's actually very,
which is
a little bit worried about that. Yeah,
which is what a rational person would do in these crazy psycho shit happens. Your brain isn't apt to deal with it unless you're a psycho. You know, you go, oh yeah, of course she's flying because she's a floaty vampire. Yeah, of course that makes sense. It's like, dude, you would not believe it. You know, it's like it's one of the key elements, like I said, of Stephen King stories. Like even in Thinner, where the guy gets cursed by a gypsy and he starts losing 3 pounds a day, no matter what he gets all the way to like 90 pounds from 300 before he starts going, okay, maybe it's not medical. Maybe I did get a gypsy curse. Because that's what your mind would do. Your mind would not allow you to accept supernatural. We know it is because we're watching a movie. It's not that complicated.
Yeah, no, we still have to have characters act like normal human beings, you know, even if some of them do make dumb decisions, because people do make dumb decisions. And it kind of goes back to what Ricky Gervais said as well. With comedy, you know, you can go surreal, you can go realistic, but at the same time, you still have to keep that element of realism. And the same applies to horror sometimes as well. You still, even when you're in a supernatural setting, people still have to act like human beings, you know, because you got to ground them. You still have to ground them. So obviously she comes back, and Ian's already mentioned on the phone that, yeah, she was totally normal with me, you know, blah, 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 all that stuff. And once again, she does speak a little bit incoherently, saying that, you took advantage of me. It's like, I didn't take advantage of you. I was like, yeah, that's what I was saying. You weren't taking advantage of me. And then she starts saying, yeah, she was on Molly and all that. And but she's always had feelings for him as well. It started around Christmas. And once again, she's got these contacts as well that shine through the light to show once again something is off. And I like it. And of course, Bear's going to actually believe her, and because she seems very normal and seems very sincere. And he wants this so bad. He wants to believe this. He does. So, of course, he's going to believe her because she's not acting so fucking weird this time. Yeah, so we get a few days as well. And I like Ian's reaction to this when he sees Bear and Nikki hooking up. Is like, what the fuck? Even the boss is like, what the fuck? Sarah is. And you got to love I forgot who did the music for it as well, because he uses that same tune as well when Nikki does the wish on Bear falling in love with her. That soundtrack, that score, that sounds very romantic, but at the same time, it sounds off as well. Because that's what you need, because this is not a healthy relationship here. Something is off here. And once it's the calm before the storm, you know, she's coming across a little bit normal, but still showing hints of that she's unhinged, because she's just staring at him. And I think he still suspects a little bit as well when he turns her head to the TV, which is, yeah, it's very funny. It's a very funny scene.
Literally done and been here and done all of this with multiple chicks. Just saying. Without any magic. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
chicks are crazy.
That is why India Navarrete is killing it in this movie, because she is coming from a place of realism here, even though it's very kind of over dramatic and over the top at the same time. But once again, Bear shows he can still be a little bit charming as well, because he looks like he's getting a little bit of confidence, even in his own awkward ways, talking about like, she kind of makes out like him being a closed book, you know, and it's like, well, the good thing about being a closed book is I get to open it. And Bear confesses that he would like to be a food critic, and he does show a bit of charm. He's a little bit self-deprecating here as well, saying, well, I order this and they pay me for it. You know, he's been very playful with her a little bit as well, which is if he just got over his fucking nerves and stopped being a simp, he probably could have been like this with Nikki for real, or Sarah, if he showed some smarts. But then he gets the call from Ian saying, like, sorry, I've been calling you 50 times. Sorry, I was busy. Yeah, busy up in Nikki. I was like, oh, Ian, you bitch. You sassy thing. But this is where
I love this. I love this full like pan away shot.
it is, yeah. And
where-
right when she's in the distance looking over as well, because she's wondering why is he what is going on here. Yeah, is he seeing someone? Is he sleeping with someone else? Does he love someone else? That's the kind of thing. Is
Why
he
is
on
his
to me about
attention-
something? Yeah.
Why is his attention away from me?
Yeah. Do you think Baron always had that monstrous side that would kidnap Nikki inside him? If not in the beginning, when did that side develop?
It didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't kidnap Nikki. Stop it with this. Stop. He didn't kidnap Nikki. He made a wish. Didn't really think it was going to be a thing. Started to think, then double back on it, and then started to believe, it's just real because it looks real. Again, we're watching a movie, so we know it's not real, but he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that. And when he finally figures it out, it's far, far too late. And his first instinct is, I'm going to free her by offing myself. So, I mean, fuck, man. I mean, what more do you want him to do?
I mean, because after the party scene, when she starts attacking herself, he does try and see if there is the real Nikki inside that likes him. I just want you to be Nikki, even at the cost of being friend zoned again, because he knows it. He starts to realize this is not real. This is not real, and it has to be real. It has to be real for it to work.
Now, if he had still been trying to bang her out after he comes to the realization, after that scene that you mentioned, that's near the third act, where he goes, when he has that realization moment and goes, it's not real. This isn't real. I want it to be real, but it's not. And he banged her out after that. Then yes, I'd be on Team Bear is a grapist. I would be on that team, but he doesn't. He starts serious efforts to try to stop things. But by then, unfortunately, things have gone way too far. Things have gone way too far.
Yeah, because despite the fact that he's kind of a little bit of this sort of unhinged he is still sympathetic in some way. He still is. There still is a humanity in him. It's it just kind of comes out when things go fucking wrong, when the damage is done. But so she gives him the tag as because it'll give you confidence, and because Ian has said about her dad being really healthy and that it was all a lie and he's not dying and he's been at work every day, all that stuff. That's when he starts to realize maybe something might be off here, really off, and he says, "Does your dad have cancer?" And I like the fact this is a very ambiguous, but Nikki, the real Nikki, says no, to say no, he doesn't have cancer. But then the possessed Nikki, Wish Nikki, starts backtrack. It starts kind of overpowering her by going, no, we're supposed to be having a nice date. And once again, the over emotional tantrum, because a lot of these women who are the jealous girlfriend do act like this. It's like they never grew up. It's like they were daddy's little fucking princess, or they have daddy issues and they never quite recovered from it.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Women only age to about 6, and then they stop after that. And then they want to get their way. And if they don't get their way, then that's what happens. But I do have that scene down below. If you want to, it's only 20 seconds. I think you'll get away with it. And that's what sold me on the film.
No.
Okay.
No.
What?
No. Don't do that! I thought we were having a nice day.
We are. Sit
Why
down.
does it matter? I thought we were having a nice
We are.
day.
We are. It's okay.
Oh, she's so good. We love you, Wendy.
So good. She's so good.
I really fucking hope she gets some more great work in the next 50 fucking years or so. I mean, come on. I really hope she does. She deserves it. Fuck you, Rachel Ziegler, fucking Millie Mouthcock. We want more Indy Navarrettes. We want more actresses like her,
Can I thank the movie gods and all things justice in the world that Indy Navarrete got this part and not motherfucking Jenna Ortega. Thank you, movie gods that made this happen. Like, please, just
boy, man, I honestly would not have watched it. I would not have watched it had it been Jenna Ortega. I mean, and I know that sounds petty and shitty, but dude, because it's a movie that I really love and I've come to enjoy. But a bad actor can ruin a great movie. I'm just saying, and a great actor can elevate a mid or maybe even a shitty movie. So, and in this we get both. We get Indy Navarrete, a star I've never heard of. I mean, I was marginally, thanks to Blue Collar, I was marginally aware of Indy Navarrete because of the Superman Lois show. But I mean, I didn't really pay her any mind. I didn't really, know. I mean, I knew she played the Lana Lang's daughter thing. I didn't put two and two together, and I've not seen anything else that she's been in. So, I discovered her in this.
Yeah, she was in other stuff like Fets and Reasons Why. But before she did this movie, she had like a year of not getting any acting gigs, so she was just taking jobs, looking after people's dogs and doing some game streaming to make some extra money to pay the rent. I think she was doing some other jobs as well in order to pay the rent. So
yeah, if you ever have a chance and you want to see some funny shit, find her gaming stuff that's on YouTube.
She's very funny.
She's great. She is great. She's very interactive and she's very, very funny.
I mean, she seems really fucking grounded. I mean, we need more actresses like that as well. I mean, she said she had a crush on fucking Optimus Prime. Okay, weird, but the nerds are fucking loving it. And they're loving it even more that she knows how to build PCs. I mean, Jesus. Apparently, she watched Henry Cavill's videos on how to build a PC. So, yeah, you got a smart fucking cookie there. Hollywood put her in some more stuff and,
Bond girl? Yeah. Bond girl, anyone? Bond girl?
Yeah. I'll have her as a Bond girl. I think she'd be really cool. She's got that sort of exotic look to her as well. I mean, I thought she was Native American when I had the name Navarrete. But no, she's Mexican and Australian, apparently. So who knows? But this sex scene as well, God, fucking it's just, it's so horrific, but I was cracking myself laughing after it. It's like, no, it doesn't matter. And you can really tell it's kind of like a scary. He's getting like a scare boner from her as well, and it's
definitely a difficult wank because it's like that music makes it sound horrific. I mean, so I try to put on like Spotify and then just rewind it to that part or whatever. But yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, I mean, you got to get like especially if you're like me and you have a desensitized area, it's hard to get that out. So best to start with some other stuff, watch that first, and then you can culminate with that scene, if you know what I mean. So
yeah. And once again, the use of the lighting where you can barely make anything out, because it does help make this makeup she was wearing look a bit creepier, where she's trying to make out like she just likes to watch him sleep, but really she's just keeping away from the fucking mirror. And she starts saying something like very cryptic, like, I don't like my dreams. And I'm starting to wonder, is it because the real Nikki is in there and it's kind of clashing with her, and that's why it's really unsettling. It really is. And the way she's fucking crying, it's ugh. But the fact that they were using this makeup to make her face look very off and you can barely see it just really enhances it as well. It just really enhances the uncanny valley in it all. I mean, look at that. That is so creepy. But she's like, go back to sleep. So he decides to go back to sleep. And then she does that big yell, love me. She disappears. And this was real clever as well, because this is not Indy Navarrete that's walking across holding the flowers. I mean, they used a dancer as well just to make the walk a bit more graceful, like she's levitating almost. And yeah, it's a good use for the flowers as well. Use the flowers to hide the mirror, and then she starts saying it's for Sandy. It's a good fake out. It's one of the few. I mean, it's not a scare jump that's a fake out. It's a very haunting visual that's a fake out. It's almost like it's building up to something that's going to happen, but then it doesn't. And yeah, it is looking like. And yeah, she does this other yell as well, where she's like, stay when he tries to leave. And he's fucking scared now. It's like, yeah, something is really off with Nikki at the moment. She even cuts his hair in his sleep, everything. It's
Yeah, we've all been there.
Oh yeah, and she does. And the thing is, she is kind of scarier when she's calm and being the loving, attentive girlfriend. You know, in a very calm, loving manner. Not when she's screaming or yelling. It's here. It seems like this where she's at her scariest. You know, he's trying to sort of like say, "Listen, what you did last night was crazy. Please, no more craziness." And she even gives him that weird fucking smile and everything. It's
Stop it, Indy Neverhead. Oh, I already love you so much right now. Just how could you not love her? I would have made this work. I could have figured out a way to make this work. I would have helped her hide the bodies and stuff like that. I could have made this work. I could fix her.
Yeah, she kind of makes the excuse it was a bad dream. And I was like, Jesus Christ, must have been one fucking intense dream for that shit to happen. Christ, man.
I mean, I work at a hotel, so I feel fairly confident I could have reasons to have her around all the time. I'd be like, hey, baby, I need you to go make up this room real quick, okay? You're not going to get paid, but I'll appreciate you. And, okay, honey.
So, yeah. I love right after he says, okay, we're going to calm down the craziness of being normal, and he gives her a kiss. And then he turns around, and you're wondering, okay, what's causing him to pull that face? What the fuck is it? Yeah,
and I like how she just sweetly says, "Hey, you know what? If you're having trouble getting through the door, maybe just stay here would be fine."
Yeah, and he's like, "No, don't worry, I got it. Once again, you know, Curry Barker was probably laughing his ass off when he was editing this, putting this stuff together in the edit room. Because once it goes back, he has got a very good dark sense of humor. If you've watched the video where he's gonna kill his friend in the middle of nowhere just because he didn't like Dune Part 2, then you get he's got a good fucked up sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is also the theory. This is also leads to a second theory as well, because you've got the mirror theory as well, which is why she's trying to avoid the bathroom and allows herself to fucking piss and shit herself and dirty herself up, but also because he wished for her to love him more than anything else in the world. So he's her whole priority now. You know, even her own well-being is not a priority anymore.
Right.
Yeah. And
her well-being is only tied into what he needs for her well-being. Which, I know. Again, been there, done that.
Yeah. Once again, the psychology of this, because it is the wedding that has caused it as well. You know, you got to be careful the way you wed the wish, otherwise it's going to cause these kind of consequences and these consequences. And it feels very consistent. It really does. And damn, man. So Sarah's complaining about some customer who was giving her a hard time, even though it was busy. And once again, the loving, attentive, considerate girlfriend packing his lunch for him, and she's kind of been the one, yeah.
The great thing, the picture, "This is not me," that she writes, or something like that, or "It's not me."
Yeah. Once again, giving away, she's in there somewhere, trying to fight her.
Because inside of a camera, you know what's inside of a camera, right?
The soul, yeah.
A mirror,
yeah, like
a mirror.
Oh yeah, the mirror. Ah, damn! I went for the Aboriginal thing, but yeah, that's a good point. That is a very good point. But she is the one that's kind of worried that that Nikki is the one using him as well, and she almost tries to tell him that she was seeing Ian a couple of times as well, wasn't she? So
yeah.
But then she gets interrupted, and this is where we get a little setup for a very tragic payoff, because she's been refused. She's got rejected from some college school that she wanted to get in for art, so she can be a tattooist. And she does say that she's got one more letter left, and it's like this one still little bit of hope. And it's kind of a nice scene because once again, it does humanize Bear a little bit more as well, and make him seem a little bit more normal, and almost makes her a little bit more like maybe she does care for Bear, or maybe she just likes him because you know, he wants something else and she wants what she can't have. But it's never really established, but that's the conclusion I came to. So but then this is where we get the nice little and yeah, once again, he does manage to be the nice caring guy. Says, "Oh, I'll let you tattoo me," you know, but it has to be very small and in a concealed spot, which is once again, he can be very charming when he's given the fucking chance. Stop being a fucking simp, just be a charming asshole that says funny stuff like that. But then she finds out the fucking cat is his lunch, and he's been eating it, and he starts vomiting. And I like when Ian comes in and starts saying, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Inside joke." Is someone fucking eating in that stream somewhere?
It's not me.
No, it's definitely not me.
Inside man,
He's
we're
eating his cat. He's eating the cat, isn't he? Meow.
It's not me.
So yeah. But Ian seems to be I'm hearing crisps there. I'm hearing snacks being eaten there.
Mute your mic.
Oh, fucking hell. Mute your mic, man. Mute your mic.
I'm not open.
Mute your mic when you eat that shit. So, so Ian's like, he kind of seems to be convinced that Bear is using Nikki. Like, so you're going for she's going for some very bad stuff at the moment, and it's not a good look, man. It's not a good look, and it's like, is it? No, Indy's the one that's obsessed with me. Well, whatever, mate. I mean, you know, we're having a boys' night. You can't fucking come. You can't come. I mean, this is too fucked now. It really is. So, but Bear continues to be in denial about Nikki, saying, "Listen, she was on Molly. Dad's died. You know, she was on Molly. She was on drugs." And but then Ian tells him he's not inviting him because he feels like he feels like he's leading Nikki on. But Ian does eventually invite him, but only if Nikki can't come because it's a boys' night. And if Nikki is cool and he's fan of it, then okay, you know. So he starts. But once again, he still has this little suspicion, doesn't he? I think he already knows a little bit now because then he rings up the customer hotline on the Wish Willow, and once again, the pure apathy from this guy, like, is like, yeah, we can't really alter it because, yeah, we can't really undo it. I mean, I think you have a moral obligation for this, you know. So,
well, I love how he fucks with him at first. He's like, "Do you want to cancel your wish?" And he's like, "Well, can I alter it?" "No, we don't really do that." "Okay, well, I'll cancel it then." "Oh, we don't really do that either." Like, what the fuck, dude? It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they do that though. They say they're gonna help, and then they fuck around with you and put you on someone else who knows even less about the fucking job than the last person does. It's yeah, customer hotlines are fucking bullshit. They really are. Customer service is bullshit. And
yikes! As someone who used to work in a customer hotline for Nationwide, I would tell you that I was dedicated to help all of my clients. So, don't know.
I wish. Well, if that's true, I fucking wish I had a customer service like you then, because I've worked a little bit as well, and even I was fucking useless. I mean, that's why I quit, because fuck it, I'm not gonna do all that shit.
Yeah, well,
I already hate myself. I already hate myself enough. I don't need to hate myself anymore.
I would point out this scene brings us to the first real evidence, followed quickly by some physical evidence, unfortunately. But that scene on the hotline phone call is the first real evidence that this is more than just quirky somebody with daddy issues maybe on drugs occasionally and maybe being needy and clingy. It's the, hey, do you want to talk to her? And then they listen, and it's her screaming, you know, in terror and pain and torture or whatever. Now, whether or not that's Nikki in the subconscious, in the sunken place, or maybe that's her in the deep dark well, or it's her in some hell variation, or it's just something just to fuck with him, is unclear. But it is definitely something that and again, people are like, oh my god, he heard that and didn't do what go get a spell book and try to retrieve her from the sunken place. Like, what would you would do the same thing. You'd hang up that fucking phone and be like, oh fuck, I ain't dealing with this shit. So I mean, it's important to note that after these things, these huge there's no more hanky panky after this. Like, this is the end. This is the end of sweetness. This is the end of the sex. This is the end of everything. Like all of this, horror show, body horror show, and freaky messages and stuff like that. After this, that's it. There's no more cuteness and love. Had he kept doing it like they do in that Tales from the Crypt episode, then I would be more apt to be like, okay, yeah, he's a fucking monster. But there's not. So, I mean, make of that what you will. But yeah, her pissing and shitting and throwing up all over herself is that's Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
And then you get the scene where she goes in the bathroom to get cleaned up, not because she wants to get herself cleaned up, not because she cares about herself, but like what you said, it's all tied into what she thinks of him. So she wants him to see her as cute and pretty and clean and fun. So she's going to go in there. And you see when she goes in there, some people confuse when he says the boys' night thing is when she screams, but no, I think she screams because she sees the mirror. I think that's why she screams.
Yeah, I think that as well because and I like how he tries to talk to her like a kid that doesn't know better. It's like, you really shouldn't have cooked the cat. I am very, very upset about that because she is coming across that way, isn't she? Like,
like she's a toddler, which is most women's mentality, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think because he has no choice now, he probably is trying to have a moral obligation for her as well, and maybe try and restrain her as much as he can because there's no way he can there's no way out except for killing himself, and he's not going to just fucking kill himself straight away, isn't he? I mean, Jesus,
no, not at this point. Not when he still thinks there's hope and he has some options.
Yeah,
but yeah, this party scene is great. A lot of little Easter eggs in the party scene. Remember how Ian said it's a boys' night, and the clerk from the magic shop is there, so it's a boys' night for a clerk that wishes to become a boy.
Yeah, and I like the fact that she's kind of even when he says it's a boys' night, it's like, okay, I'll get cleaned up because some women do that. They just don't fucking read the room. I mean, they don't always listen to what you're trying to say.
Women stop hearing the word no and understanding the word no, and it starts about age 2, and it doesn't get much better.
I know, but of course he does kind of, but because Sarah kind of fucking invited her as well, it's it all fucks up. And Ian's like, I can't believe you fucking invited her. You couldn't wait for 3 fucking hours, could you? So it's, but it's like, well, Sarah invited her. It's like, yeah, well, Sarah isn't acting like a fucking nutcase, Nikki is, and it is such an awkward scene as well. I mean, they play this little brick game out there where they got to do this and do that.
This is an interesting game. Yeah, it's like a truth or dare mixed with Jenga. So
I mean, I don't think any of the lads I've known who have played this game, but I might start taking them up on it anyway. But yeah, of course, it leads to one of the guys swapping places with Nikki, and she does that. Oh no! Like once again, like a bit of a fucking toddler who's having their toy taken away from her. And
I love the friend that goes, "Geez, you guys are really clingy. What'd you do, Bear? Put a spell on her?" And she's like, "Ha ha ha ha."
Once again, it's that dark humor as well because we Brits, we love cringe comedy. We love situations we love scenes where the situation is just really, really awkward, and it creates a lot of people wondering, oh my God, this is a very awkward situation. And India Navarrete just does it so well. And she gets the break and she starts reading that that really messed up Hansel and Gretel story about, it's kind
rolling
of incestuous.
Cutting off his skin, rolling it up and inserting it inside of herself. And she's doing accents and stuff like that. And I'm like, God damn, I am so in love with you right now. Like, God damn, you're such a psycho. You're such a psycho. I love it.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, when she started doing the British accent, going, "You're not my husband," I was kind of getting Drusilla vibes here a little bit.
Yeah,
from,
6 to midnight, big time. Yeah, I'm like, all right, listen, I'm already sold 100%. And then of course she does the whole, guys, I'm just kidding, no, you know what? I'm not kidding. I don't care. Think whatever you want.
Yeah.
And we get what I feel like is the best scene in the movie coming up because Bear gets a turn on the Jenga.
Yeah.
The Jenga truth or dare thing. And it's like kiss the person to your left. And then Nick, you get that horror music. And then Nikki, it turns into a fucking full-blown emoji.
I know. 1,000 fucking memes have been launched.
1,000. Yeah. One of the most popular memes is that it's this, and then the caption reads, "This is the face your girlfriend makes when you ask her to block the guy that raped her in 2019."
That's a lot less extreme than when the girlfriend that friend zoned you finds out you're married. It's but yeah, that's
Right.
actually funny because how fucked up it is. But once again, it's just the pauses and the silence and the still and the very long still shot as well, where she just moves her fucking chair back and the chair's like, and then just starts doing this really creepy romantic monologue, and then starts yelling, "Everyone will die, not knowing the love I have with this my precious bear." And I just love the look of these guys here as well. They're just wondering,
for
what the hell,
girls,
man?
for a boys' night, there sure is a lot of chicks in this fucking.
Oh
party.
yeah.
Ian, you're a piece of shit, Ian. You're a piece of shit. But of course, then she starts going crazy, and the real Nikki starts screaming, "It's not me!" And she hits herself with a brick. And I don't know if she grabbed a bottle and tried to stab herself in the face. I might have missed that bit, but everyone's freaking out here. Ian is fucking shouting at Bear, saying, "Get the fuck up and deal with your bitch, mate." And he's just like totally apathetic now. To well, not apathetic. It's just like, yeah, I was expecting this to happen. I'm not surprised. I am really fucked here. I have really fucked everything. I am fucked. I'm in a deep hole of I am fucked. Yeah, so they take her to the hospital, and and she's still fucking bleeding. I mean, did the doctors not see her? I mean, it looks like they were there for quite a while. Yeah, that doesn't. You're not going to show up with a massive head wound at the emergency room, and they go, "Yeah, she's dancing, so we're not going to admit her." Like, nah, it don't work like that, homie. But whatever. I mean,
this is
because if she was locked up in a psych ward, the rest of the movie can't happen. So.
Yeah, no, so it's basically no different than fucking England's hospital as well. You wait there for 5 fucking hours with your brains hanging out, and they'll see you after you die. That's how fucking bad the waiting line is sometimes. Especially when the doctor strike happens, which happens every fucking year. And the NHS still lets it happen. So yeah.
Every few months, in fact.
I know. Why do the fucking NHS keep fucking bending the knee to these entitled brats? You wanna fucking higher pay rise and your stripes first. But anyway, sorry, I've bad experience. I'm venting here. So moving on.
Well, I can only say that the Veterans Hospital just takes wonderful care of me, on the regular basis. So
your sarcasm is barely concealed. But yeah, he is trying to see if the real Nikki can still come out. Maybe there's still some kind of hope but she still doesn't seem to understand. She's like, why can't you love me? What do you mean, real Nikki? I mean, I could be anything you want me to be. I could be Nikki, and it's that big realization that, this isn't real. It's like, please tell me who you are. And it's like, I'm your freaky Nikki. And she's kind of trapped. It's almost like there's nowhere else to turn, despite his best attempts. He just wants the real Nikki back. Then he just wants things to go back to normal, even at the risk of being friend zoned. That is almost like he's kind of growing a little bit as a character. But once again, she plays it very tragic as well. She's she just doesn't. She's playing it like she doesn't understand. She's not playing her as someone evil. She's playing as someone who just wants to be loved and can't understand why this person doesn't love her. But
so a lot gets said about this backwards walk thing.
Brilliant.
And it's certainly it's certainly done in a really scary, dramatic way. So the explanation that I've come to understand, this is the real Nikki trying to regain control, and it's the freaky Nikki is shutting her down. So
yeah, no, she's trying to fight her way out, but freaky Nikki is just overpowering her. She's just too powerful. But yeah, because he suggests that maybe she takes the bed and he takes the other thing, and she just does not want to be separated, and starts doing this really creepy monologue where she can slip inside to death, and it won't be nothingness because it won't be darkness because darkness is a color, just pure nothingness. And then she just goes back to being calm and saying something less insane, just like that, just on the turn of a dime. It's really creepy. So yeah, he's lying next to the woman who the love of his life, and he's absolutely terrified. He cannot sleep. I mean, it's of course not, but then he
We've
gets
all
a
been
text-
there. We've
Yeah.
all been
Then he gets a text from Sarah, who's trying to find out what's going on as well. She's worried about him, and
This is another big contention thing right here. Was like, oh, he goes out to go see some other girl. No, he's trying to protect her, and he's trying to protect Nikki because he knows, because she says in the text message, if you fucking watch the movie, you don't come out and meet me, I'm coming over. And he's like, that would be a death sentence for you at this point, or or at least something close to it. I'll go meet you if I can, because I don't need you coming over here and things getting fucking wild. So he agrees to it only at like when he's threatened by Sarah that she's like, I'm coming over or you're coming to meet me.
Yeah, he has no choice as well, because so once again he does the whole okay, I better slink off and make sure I don't wake her, blah, so she doesn't go.
And if you'll indulge
Yeah.
me, Northern, if you'll indulge me, so and yet another contentious point is this whole horror, vibe of the real Nikki slipping out a little bit and going, Bear, kill me, Bear, I don't want to live like this, please kill me before she wakes up again, and blah blah blah. And his response being, what would be so wrong in loving me? He's not asking Nikki that. He's not saying that to Nikki. He's saying it to himself. This is the final realization, the final straw that tells him this shit's not real, man. It's you wanted to make this happen so bad. Yeah, and was he delusional? And does he have some part in this? Of course he does. But it's so pedantic and easy to just go, Bear is the villain. Bear did bad thing. Shut the fuck up. And fucking every guy would have fucking done this. Maybe not to this level, maybe not in the same method, but nobody's just gonna believe that there's fucking magic. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Stop it. Stop virtue signaling. Stop pretending from your ivory tower that you are so fucking smart and so wise that you would know the right thing to say. This is the realization where he says, he's like, what would be so, and he realizes it's not her. It's not real. It isn't what I wanted it to be. I can't want this thing into reality. Let me go see what the fuck Sarah has to say, and she's probably going to tell me something bad, and let me go deal with that bullshit, and then I'll move on to the next thing. But of course, the thing escalates way beyond his control, and that is where that's how we get into this horrible third act, this tragic third act right here.
Yeah, that's when things go really fucking tits up. And the thing is, I did actually almost think Bear was saying it to Nikki, because he's saying it to the real Nikki now. We can find out for sure if there maybe was a chance. That's what I assumed from this scene. But
I mean, maybe in a small way he was, but he's more saying it to himself. He's more asking himself what would be so wrong, because he knows that the situation that they're in right now is wrong. So he has to attribute it to her being with him. Like, this is what, like, and maybe in his mind he's thinking, well, if she was with Ian or she was with some other dude, it would be okay. But because it's me, it's turning it bad. It's turning it wrong. So maybe
there is a little bit of a self-pity to him in a way, because sometimes some blokes are prone to feeling sorry for themselves a little bit occasionally, but
all blokes,
yeah. Yeah. But like I said, I mean, because but then she says, I never was with you. And it's like, that's when it hits
him. And that's when it hits him. And he's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
none of it was real. I mean, he kind of seems to have figured it out earlier as well, because he even says, none of this is real when she says, I'm your freaky Nikki. And
yeah.
But God, it is so fucking unsettling. I mean, yeah, she had her problems, Nikki, but she didn't deserve to be trapped in this fucking weirdo's body. Just kind of having her fucking body controlled. Like, have this wish, wear her like a fucking skin suit. It's messed up. It really is. Yeah. But that's what makes this film so unique and horrifying. And So he meets with Sarah, who asks what's up with Nikki, and Bear tells her about the dad dying. Because, of course, he's not going to tell her, oh, I made a wish, and, she's like this. now,"
Right. That was
because-
another. Yeah,
no.
that's another thing. They're like, oh, and then he lies to Sarah. Okay, what was he supposed to say? I got
Yeah.
a magic wishbone, and it fucking she'd have been like, okay, you fucking psycho. Like, the dude, we're not there yet. We're still like the thing that's going to happen. That's going to be the linchpin of what happens for the final act hasn't happened yet. He's still trying to steer into the skid a little bit. He's still trying to kind of
retain
make
control,
this-
isn't he?
Yeah, like this has not gone completely tits up or off the rails yet. I mean, it's about to, and then it's past the point of no return.
I know, because it's not because once someone dies, that's when he knows he has to take action. He has to take responsibility for it. And once again,
And he's a
it's
better
little-
person than me because I would have just been hiding these bodies. I'd just been like, well, all right, we need to be a little bit more careful, sweetie. Like,
Once again, it is still hinting he is still a good guy despite his flaws. He's just an incredibly flawed guy who's had this unhealthy obsession for a long time, and no one sat him down and said, "Listen, what you're doing is fucked up. You need to fucking get some help a little bit here." But no, it's all fucked up, and like I said, he lies to her as well, saying it was about her dad dying, and it's like, yeah, but didn't she hate him and that? But he does say he felt obligated to be there for her, and she's like, no, but that's not she is not your responsibility, And the last few years, her and Ian were hooking up on and off, casual. But and this is where she starts to think maybe Nikki was and Ian was starting to think that she was getting with you to get back at him because, probably Ian did maybe break her heart. Maybe she was into Ian a little bit and Ian wasn't into her as much as she wanted him to. And Sarah probably suspects that. But then she says, well, before she does start to say that she has a thing for Bear, she does mention the letter as well, but she's afraid to open it. But when she goes back to Nikki, she's like, well, it'll be a shame if she really was into you because I was onto your left. But unfortunately, before they can run off together and live happily ever after, fucking Nikki just headbutts the fucking window and starts pummeling her with the brick. And if you look closely, you can see the fucking eyeball and the jawbone and everything. This is really good prosthetics. It really is. This is really morbid, gruesome prosthetics. And I wish Nadia was here a little bit longer just to touch on that because she's worked on this kind of stuff.
Well, repeated viewings, and I find out that like the first time I saw it, I thought she was banging her into the steering wheel, and then I realized she put a brick there and smacking her into the brick, and then later another watch, I realized that she's still alive. Like she's still like gurgling and shit after it's done while Nikki's trying to console Bear and saying, hey, this is your fault. And now we've got to hide the body, but it's okay. And it's all going to be good. And that's fucked up.
Even when she kills the fucking girl that she suspected he's got a thing for, she's still trying to console him and calm him down. And it's like, I know you're traumatized, but just take it easy, okay? Everything will be all right. Because, she's thinking of his well-being, even in that moment. It's because that's what she's there for. She loves Bear. She wants him to feel calm that she's done this horrible, violent thing. And, she actually did this stunt for real, Indy Navarrete, as well. She had like this wig with this helmet on, and she headbutted the candy glass and started smashing the fake Sarah against the steering wheel, and apparently, and Megan Lawless, who plays Sarah, has commented on this as well, saying everyone was just fucking cheered when she was getting her head bashed against the steering wheel. It's just like,
I mean,
down.
People like to make comments from the ivory tower of like what a piece of shit Bear is, but I've seen just as many comments about this scene from chicks going, maybe overkill, but definitely valid. Because why are you talking to my man in a parking lot at 2:00 in the morning?
Yeah.
So
once again, they are all flawed. It's they're very all flawed characters. None of them is an all-round good person. They've all got their flaws, and this is what makes horror so good because the characters don't always have to be likable. They just have to be they kind of have to be a good take on the flaws of humankind gone wrong to extreme lengths sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's helping her do the body, and the fucking look on his face is like, what the fuck just happened? And oh my god, what the kind of situation I know.
He knows it's gone
Yeah.
too far now, and now he's starting to think like, all right, I'm gonna have to off myself. Like there's no other way,
Yeah.
there's no other choice. I've done everything I can do, but he does grasp at that one final straw, which we're about to see, which is he goes back to the magic
Yeah, he
shop.
still tries to. Yeah, he still tries to. He still tries to look for that ace in the hole, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And apparently, I think in the original festival there was a much more violent cut, so we probably would see a lot more what she's doing to Sarah's body here as well, because she says she's ready, and I'm like, what do you mean she's fucking ready? It's so he drives out and he has this little moment to himself, and he looks at the letter and sees that she was accepted, and it's. And it just hits home on him even more that, yeah, this has gone far because I have allowed this to happen. She could have had a fucking future here, and I've led the circumstances to this situation where she's not going to have that future.
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, the full responsibility that's bedding him here as he breaks down. I mean, that is, once again, sure don't tell. So he goes back to the magic shop, and I love how much of a fucking asshole the clerk is as well. If it is the same clerk, I mean, I hope it is. That'd be a great little theory if that's true. But and it's like, hey, you can't just come in here with all this negative energy, man. Okay, I mean, the wheels are sold out. Now I'm fucking with you. They're right there. And yet, even Best starts berating him. Why would you allow this stuff to be sold? It's like, yeah, but the box are full of warnings, man. I mean, God, chill. It's like. Talk about lack of accountability here. I mean,
and I think this is established that this is I did my wish. Yeah, the wish was to become a man. So
yeah,
but just like a real man, not like an Elliot Page man.
Yeah, no, not fucking that little midget from South Park. Well, South Park, that fucking Cartman kept laughing at. Yeah, that's the vibes I'm getting from Elliot Page.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, who's the smart ass's idea to put this little thing in braces?
Yeah,
but yeah, this is where he finds out that there's only one way they can do it if someone contradicts the wish, or if he tops himself, and so there's always got to be one more left, isn't there? There's always one more left.
So plan A is, but then he realizes, and now this proves to me that he really doesn't understand what's going on. Okay, whether or not you want to believe that people can believe in ghosts, ghouls, exorcisms, voodoo, etc., IQ above 10, blah, 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 ivory tower, blah, blah, blah. He thinks that he can so if he really had a good grasp on what was going on, he'd know that he only has the one wish. But he doesn't, and he tries, and he can't break the stick because you only get the one wish. More reinforcement. He's learning as he goes. He's like, okay, fuck it. I'm going to need to get Ian to do it for me, but because Ian's a fucking piece of shit, he decides to do the worst thing in the world that he could possibly fucking do. Because again, Ian lives in a world where there is no magic. So and he's a selfish person on top of everything else. But
he pretty much admits it. Yeah, he pretty much admits it. He uses fucking Nikki for sexual gratification, and he's probably has been trying to almost get fucking Bear to maybe get Nikki out of his system so he can probably go back to Boning Air on his casual weekends, maybe. Who knows? But
keep in mind this. Keep in mind that he wants things to go back status quo. But keep in mind this. Ian, the character in this film, has seen just about everything that Bear has seen. He's certainly seen a lot. And even he is not good. He's like, oh, yeah, fucking magic wish stick. Yeah, fucking, yeah, okay. And until the moment when he does and the fucking $1 billion starts dropping from the fucking sky, until that very moment happens, he doesn't believe it because why? And I'll bet you, with given how much time passed between the time that Bear leaves the fucking house and goes back to his house, in that amount of time, I don't know if he has to walk across the street, I don't know, and whatever, and all the back and forth that goes on, and until Ian, I bet you Ian stood there with the house filling up with money and still couldn't believe what he was seeing, because it's not possible. If the
I know.
impossible happens, you don't just accept it and go, "Oh yeah, magic wish. Of course, magic wish stick. Yeah, magic wish." You know, I can tell you that I spent hours and hours and hours staring at a rocket that was propelled from a grenade launcher at my fucking head, sticking into a wall behind where I was standing, and just sitting there staring at that for hours when it didn't explode, going, how the fuck did that thing not blow up?
Yeah.
Why is it not blowing up now? But
Yeah.
blow up, it in fact did not do, because I sit here before you talking about this silly little fucking horror movie. Instead of being, what should have happened is I should have been blown into fucking pieces by the fucking grenade. Unfortunately, the dumb Haji got a little too close to his target and it didn't have enough chance to arm. And that's some kind of weird, it's not magic, but it's just a statistical impossibility that just happened to happen, like somebody's parachute not opening and they still survived the jump. Sometimes the insane things fucking happen, but you don't just accept them. It takes a long time for
Yes,
you
it
to
does.
grasp them.
And this is I think you know, from what I've seen and what you've discussed, you know, it is considerably, maybe not necessarily smarter, but certainly more well thought out. That immediate acceptance of something supernatural and magic, you know, it's that's not how reality works. I mean, okay, it's only a movie, you know, it is a movie, but it does take an awful lot of acceptance. But I actually think that the journey towards acceptance in any of these stories, movies like this, is actually the greatest part of the journey.
Yeah.
You know, before you actually have the acceptance. It's you know, I wish that I'd actually watched this movie now, to be
You know,
honest.
I wish I could just go along with the crowd and just say, Barry's the villain. He's the big guy. He essayed her. I wish I could do that, but I can't do that because it's not true. I don't believe it. I don't believe that that's true. I don't believe Ian's the villain. I don't believe Nikki's the villain. I think this is a tragic story of the impossible being brought into the lives of regular people, impossible magic happening into the lives of people who don't communicate well, people who don't, you know, make all the right decisions. People, I wish that I could just say it was just so simple and just go, Barry the villain. I can't do it. I can't do it because it's not true. So, you know, I mean, I get it. I get it. You live in an ivory tower. You're virtue signaling. You want everybody to understand. Nadia's friend who did a thing on here refused to bend the knee, but then did bend the knee. And guess what? He still had to take his video down anyway, even after he apologized. Well, I'm not apologizing. Come at me. Come at me. There, I have my own channel. I have my own email. Do what you want to do. Go ahead and cancel Toxic for being toxic. I don't care. He didn't SA her. He's not the villain. It's a tragic fucking story of a bunch of shit. You know what else? Nikki's going to prison. She's going to prison. Is that fair and is that right? No. But there's $1 billion in this fucking dumbass's house. 3 people are fucking dead. She's going to fucking prison. Is that right? No. But that's what's happening. The fucking director even said that. They're like, what do you think happens after?
He's going to reference it. Yeah, and he's going to reference that in his next fucking movie because the evidence just fucking stands, doesn't it? I mean, the evidence stands. She's fucking killed these people.
Because what's she going to say? Is she going to tell? Is she going to tell?
Focus.
Is she going to tell the cops? So there was a magic wish stick, and so all of the stuff I did was like, yeah, okay, just go ahead and put your fingerprints on this fucking thing for me, sweetheart. You know what I mean? Like that's not going to fly. It doesn't. It's not real. That wouldn't happen. You know, you go to vampire movies or books and stuff like that. Like the people who are the vampire hunters are probably going to get arrested for murder because they're killing people. What are they going to say? Oh, well, they were a vampire. Oh, well, you didn't say that. Well, obviously, then that's fine. You know, like, oh, I get it. They were possessed. So you had to, yeah, I get it. It makes sense to me. You know, totally. You know, now.
Yeah. Do you think, apart from being a piece of shit, do you think Ian also did that? I wish for $1 billion when Bear tried to pause and ask him to word it correctly because he was just fed up of Bear's bullshit because he was always bringing Nikki's drama to his doorstep when all he wanted to do was just hang out as well. I mean,
it's definitely, you know, I think he just was like, look, man, this is some fucking weirdo theory you're clinging to.
Yeah, no. What the fuck are you doing, Bear? Yeah, what the fuck are you doing? You know,
snap the
fuck you.
thing,
Yeah,
and nothing's gonna and $1 billion isn't gonna fucking appear. I mean, shit, we just dealt with that on the Buffy stream a couple weeks ago, didn't we? With the Willow, it's like, I wish Buffy was here, and then Buffy shows up and she goes, I wish I had $1 million, you know, and then that doesn't happen because it doesn't. Anyway, speed run this end piece.
Yeah, no, we're coming to the end, yeah. But yeah, the fucking pure anger on his face is out. What the fuck have you done? All you had to do is just say, unwish the wish, and no, but it's so funny as well when it rains down and the look on his face and everything. So he's got one more left now because I think he snapped two. So his only choice is to get Nikki to wish the wish away, because she will do anything for him, like the clerk said earlier. And this was so fucked up. I can't believe I didn't notice this until like it was pointed out. But she's wearing Sarah's scalp as well, because we see a mutilated corpse, and it is so fucked up. She's drawn the tattoos on her and everything, and she hits herself more on the bricks because once again Nikki is still trying to come out and kill herself and end this whole misery. She kills Ian when he comes in. So this is Sarah's place. I kind of got confused as well. This is Sarah's place, but then she's got the gun, and so yeah. So they went to Sarah's place earlier. That's it. That's what happened. They went to Sarah's place earlier and came back. I think. I don't know. It's a little bit confusing, but he tries to be real. He tries to calm her down, saying that he loves her after she vomits on him, and then runs into the bathroom to take his own life. And I like how he's starting to pat the back of his head when he puts the gun in his mouth, like he's trying to sort of like look for the right angle of the gun for it to actually get the spot that will take him down pretty quick and blow his whole head off. But of course he goes for the pills that the cat took, because once again we've got a setup and it has to pay off. But of course he almost backs out of it, because I think the actor wanted to establish that he's still a little bit of a coward as well and still a little bit selfish, but it's too late before he has a chance to put his fingers down his throat. She makes the wish, and it just fucking cracked me up the way the music was just playing as the
like this is turned into a teen rom-com, and she's like, it's almost like, I wish, you know, we didn't even need the dialogue. It's like, hey you, look at you.
I know.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Ghostbusters 2, when they have the fucking the happy slime all over themselves, and at the end the fucking Dan Aykroyd and the other dude was like, hey you, I love you, buddy. It's just like, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, and look at the close-up. She broke off the one wish willow. You hear the noise. She's made the wish. You don't need to hear it. You know it.
Yeah,
that's what show don't tell means. You know, let the audience come to their fucking conclusions. Don't spell it out for them. Corey Barker, you're doing the right thing. So
good stuff.
And the overdoses. Yep. He overdoses. She starts doing the whole no.
Yeah, she's gonna pull a Romeo and Juliet, and then
the spell wears off. And she was in the original script. She was originally going to blow her brains out, but then they thought, no, let her wake up and just have her just howling and crying and at the horror that she's unleashed.
Yeah, man, she is such a fucking good actress. That entire, you know, just listening to her cry at the end of it. It's like, I don't know if anybody's seen Midnight Mass, and there's I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but there's a scene in which one of the characters reveals that he's a vampire by offing himself when the sunlight comes up and the credits roll, and you can still hear the female just screaming and wailing in despair and crying. And it's just, I mean, listen, again, I got it. I just have to reiterate, Jenna Ortega in this role, nah, hard pass. I don't think she could have achieved what Indy Navarrete has done here.
I know, because when I saw her in Beetlejuice too, I was starting thinking, really, this is people are creaming themselves over this actress. I mean, she seems all right. She seems nice enough. She seemed a little bit smarter than most, especially when she was, trying to tell the writers about what kind of a character Wednesday Addams is. So, but I don't know. Indy Navarrete just has so much more charisma, and she has so much more. She shows to have a lot of range here as well, in that one performance. The way she can just go back and forth on 10 of a damn consistently as well.
Yeah. No, she's great. I look forward to. I hope they give her stuff that she can actually chew, actually performances. Because I mean, I like I said on Blue Collar's recommendation, I definitely did check out Superman and Lois, and it's a good show. I enjoyed it. But if you put a gun to my head, I don't remember her in the show. Like she didn't really do anything playing Lana Lang's daughter. At least, I mean, not the episodes I saw. Maybe there's some episodes to it because I couldn't speak on it with any great intelligence. I have not seen every single episode. Maybe there was a couple banger ass episodes where she really like kicked ass or something like that, but I kind of feel like no. And like I said, I have watched her YouTube stuff and it's very charming and fun. I hope that the next thing, I don't remember her in 13 Reasons Why. I don't know. Maybe because I only saw the one season. Maybe she was in a later season and I didn't.
Yeah, I've not seen it to be honest either. So
my ex-girlfriend watched it and told me about it. So I watched season 1 and then she was like, you can pretty much stop after season 1. And I was like, all right, cool. So, and I think they went like 4 seasons or something. So maybe she's in a later season. I mean, I would definitely, I would not be opposed to seeing like a quick cut tribute of Indy Neverett's best performances. I would like to see that. But I mean, I really think this is so far the best thing that she's done, and I hope that she gets meatier, juicier things. I've seen it bandied about maybe Harley Quinn. I could go for that. Yeah, sure. I could definitely go for that. She's certainly fucking charming. So, and she's definitely got some great acting chops. I hope she gets something worthy of her talents and they don't just put her in some silly ass fucking rom-com next. That would really break my heart if they did that.
Yeah, and this is the thing though, she's not a big fan of horror movies. When Michael Johnston,
I didn't know that.
I know when Michael Johnston had sat her down so they could watch Hereditary, and she ran out of the fucking room screaming. She's
I mean, Hereditary is pretty fucked up. So to be fair,
it is a fucked up movie. Yeah, that movie, Jesus Christ, man, it's God, man, I think I watched it twice, and I'm surprised I even watched it a second time. It was that fucking harrowing. But that is what a horror movie is supposed to do a little bit. You know, it's supposed to fuck you up a little bit. You need to sort of like get out of that comfort zone and go into somewhere a bit uncomfortable. But,
well, I got to be at work in literally 12 minutes, and it's a 5-minute drive. And for factors, if in case someone's driving slow, I pushed it to the limit so we could get to the end of this. And I really appreciate you doing this with me, Inside Man. Always a pleasure having you on, even for a movie you haven't watched.
Yeah.
And, you know, listen, you can have whatever opinion you have at the end of the day about this film and this story. Everything can be subjective. Just because I say something doesn't mean that I'm in the right, but I'm not going to change my opinion of it just because the massive crowd tells me I have to change. In fact, I'll probably go the opposite just to be contrary. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna think what I'm gonna think about this. I think it's a tragic tale of a bunch of Gen Z kids that didn't fucking know any better and got involved in shit. Everybody in this does something against their own autonomy, against their own character, and they pay a high price for it. And this is definitely, like I said at the beginning of this, a movie that rewards second, third, and even fourth or fifth viewings, even if you don't get kicked out of the theater for talking too loud, like me and the girlfriend did. But thanks again for getting me on this, Inside Man.
That was a pleasure.
2 days in a row, getting to see you again. Awesome sauce.
And you, mate. And
Blue Collar, don't take it so seriously. It's all in good fun, man. You can think whatever you want to think about this film. I get it. At the end of the day, my girlfriend doesn't really give a shit, but I could definitely see if some girlfriend or friend situationship wants you to think a certain way about it, you definitely need to toe the line, because no one wants to be humping their fists for a week and sleeping out on the couch. I get it. So have a good one, guys. That's me done. I'm out of here. Stay toxic, everybody.
Take care. We will be ending very soon. But yeah, God, it's because the thing when I did watch this movie, I thought it was good. I didn't love it as much as everyone else did, but then I saw some of the criticisms I made in my first video. I was like, all right, I definitely got this wrong. I'm starting to see a little bit more of the context here as well. When I did start to see Nikki start acting a little bit crazy early on, I thought, oh yeah, because the real Nikki's coming out and she's clashing a little bit and she's trying to sort of like take control of the situation to get Bear on her side. And the thing is, when she does start acting normal, that's a realistic thing for Bear to do, because we've all known people who've had a little bit of craziness, but then we kind of forgive them after this period of being normal. But it's because it's a normal thing. I mean, battered housewives do it all the time. Guy batters her, but then he's a total sweetheart for a good little while, and she's very forgiving and will retain the relationship. She'll keep the relationship going until it happens again, of course. But that's the thing. We are very stupid people. We are kind of more forgiving than we should sometimes. And this movie does capture a lot of the human flaws, and that people pay a high price for them if they let their flaws, kind of consume them a bit. And
and I think it's a very simplistic explanation. I have heard so many people mention that, this is very much a cautionary tale of be careful what you wish for. I think certainly from listening to you guys talking about this, it seems considerably more than that. I think that's a very much it's not even simplified. I think it's kind of a go-to thing that people have, isn't it? Is that it's that cheap, almost derivative and hackneyed explanation that people have with something like this. The be careful what you wish for. It seems like it's a decent movie. It obviously is a decent movie because it wouldn't have made $500 million in such a short space of time. From such a low budget.
The fact that it's not just like film fans like me, even casual moviegoers are really starting to see the significance in this movie. I mean, because they're going back to it. I mean, people are going back to the cinemas despite the fact that tickets are overpriced, the fucking popcorn's overpriced, because when you do something that really does make an impact with people, they will go to see it. They will pay money, and this is a nod to Hollywood. It's not just, you can't just keep making the excuse, well, that it's because of the pandemic and people are streaming. No, this is fucking proof that people will pay a ticket to see a movie if it's fucking good enough. And it's got rewatchability. This movie has rewatchability in buckets because, once again, you're noticing new things that are coming across, and even new things that may contradict what you thought about it on the previous watch.
And I think the real smooth move on his part, and the smart thing that he's done with this, is that he's managed to get people talking about it, theorizing about it. And once you get a crowd of people that are theorizing about something, that's it. It's locked in. This will run and run whenever you have people theorizing about anything. How he's done that, I do not know, because obviously I haven't seen the movie. He's obviously had an enormous amount of advice from his father on writing, or maybe it's just something that is absorbed from his father. The fact that his father is a playwright, which obviously I didn't know until you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, I only found out today. I mean, he's probably has been given some tips on how to write a movie, how to structure a story, what makes a good story work, and it's the ways, like, there is nuances to Indy Navarrette's performance as well. She's not just a crazy, over-the-top, obsessed girlfriend. I mean, the outbursts come from a place of her being like a fucking toddler, a grown toddler who just wants to be loved, and she has to get her way with the love as well. That's it. There's complexity to it as well, but it's done in a way that you can still kind of relate to a little bit. We still relate to Bear because we've all been Bear. We've all been this kind of lovelorn sap, haven't we? And we had to learn the hard way. Yeah, don't be a lovelorn sap. You're just gonna, you're just gonna put women off. You're gonna creep them out. And if you learn that stuff early enough, you can grow up to have a good, stable relationship with someone, and maybe an even more of a healthy mentality.
And a lovelorn sap.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, because that's like I said, we've all been Bear. And I think that's why it fucking pisses me off when they say, "Well, he's the villain because he's an incel." And listen, there's a lot of fucking lonely guys out there who just want to have a relationship with someone, who just want to be fucking loved by someone, and they don't know how. They don't know how to get that woman. They don't know how to win that woman over.
And that's I think that's just an easy option for people to go for that opinion. It really is. It's kind of the path of least resistance. That's the one. Maybe, like I say, I've not seen this movie.
I really
maybe
wish
these
you had, mate. I think you would have appreciated it.
I think I will. I mean, I am going to watch it, but I think maybe this is a commentary on people's people's lack of communication with each other, and why are they not communicating with each other? Obviously we know that social media has a great deal to do with the lack of communication and people being obsessed by their handheld twit machines and all that kind of stuff. But I think we do have a generation of young people who don't have the level of communication skills that maybe the previous generation had. And this is just maybe the reason that this has actually hit home with a lot of people is because they understand, they see something of themselves in some of these characters, their lack of communication or their bad communication, their inability to communicate. And maybe that's why a lot of people are really kind of hooking into this thing. But I do think the smart thing to have done is to make people excuse the pun, obsessed with the movie. So people have actually become quite obsessed with the movie.
I even fucking used that lame joke as well. Obsession is an obsession.
Yeah.
He said the title.
Yeah, and it's but it's a very, very well thought out, maybe not completely original, but certainly a well thought out idea and story. But it doesn't matter whether the idea and the story is original. It's how this version of that story is executed.
Yeah, no. And once again, he does it in a way that feels very balanced as well. It's but it doesn't take itself too seriously either, which is really good. I mean, when I did first watch this, I was wondering, is this unintentionally hilarious? Then I watched Curry Barker's other stuff, and I was like, no, he's got a sense of humor. He's got this very good nihilistic, twisted sense of humor, and it works for this movie because it kind of goes back to Tarantino when he was talking about, if you were filmed reactions of people watching Jaws or Carrie, you swear they were watching a comedy. Taxi Driver, one of the most intense movies ever, is fucking hysterical. And this is the same thing. This is one of the most fucked up, intense horror movies in a good long while. And it is absolutely hysterical. It really is.
Yeah.
But it is all down to the writing. It's all down by the directing, the actors playing it off. I mean, Michael Johnston, I'll give credit to Michael Johnston as well. He really does convince us this really awkward nerd who just has troubles opening up and just being honest and being confident, and despite the fact he looks like a male model. So, but once again, it's in the performance. He has the skills to do it.
Yeah.
But we will be ending soon as well. So, because I don't think there's, because I think even if I watch this another few times, I still don't think I'll fully really nail everything that's going on, and that's why what makes a good movie. I mean, when I was talking with Enzo about the Satoshi Kon movies, some of the more abstract ones, I was like, we could watch this 1,000 times and still not fully nail the whole thing, but that's what makes the experience so good. That's why it gives it that rewatchability. So, and I would like to, and anyone who catches this on the rewatch, I would love to know a lot of fucking theories on this movie that you've noticed on the third or even 100th rewatch, because it'll help the algorithm and might even make me appreciate the movie even more, even if it's right or wrong, because I love movies that just give me something I can notice every time I watch. I mean, it's like, once again, goes back to the Cornetto trilogy as well, because you start noticing new things every time you watch it, because the writing is so well structured and nuanced.
Yeah, it's very good.
But yeah, I really hope you do get to watch this very soon, Inside Man.
I will.
I think it'll probably be a long time before it comes out on Blu-ray, because it's still at the fucking pictures despite being on digital. So I'm definitely going to buy it, though. I'm definitely going to buy it. I'm going to watch it when it gets on to the spooky season anyway, which will be in another month or so. So I'm okay for that. So before Toxic jumped off, obviously didn't get a chance to promote it. We'll be doing the Buffy streams on Monday and Toxic Thursday as well. And Inside Man, hopefully, I could get you on for another stream sometime next week, and I think I might
That'd
be
be great.
doing. Yeah, I might be doing Assassins next week, but the week after we'll be doing A Boy and His Dog because
Boy and
I'll
His Dog.
rewatch that as well. It's so good.
Yeah,
It's
it is good.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. But
yeah.
you're on for Amazon Women on the Moon, aren't you, on Tuesday on Blue Collar Losers?
Oh yeah, I'll go try and watch that. Yeah, I think it might be on YouTube or Tubi for free. So yeah, I'll try and watch that on the weekend anyway. So that should be good. That should be a fun one. That.
Yeah, you'll like it.
Yeah. So yeah, Inside Man, is there anything you want to promote before we head off?
No, that's it really. Just Tuesday, Amazon Women on the Moon, 6 p.m. GMT. I don't know what that is across the US, but for Blue Collar Losers Lounge.
Yeah, I think it's two. I think it might be 1 o'clock anyway. 1 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah, and Sunday. So Sunday obviously will be, and yeah, obviously Thursday we do Toxic Thursday because, like Ian was like, I live and breathe every Thursday for trivia. But so yeah, so the entire cast will fucking in this film, mate. You've nailed it. I hope you have really good long careers, every one of you. And the guy who played his friend, I hope you get some other stuff as well, because I know Curry Barker's your friend, and yeah, he's even though the actor plays a total douchebag, he seems like he might be a cool guy in real life and all that.
Yeah.
He is very funny. He's very funny. Him and Curry Barker have some really good chemistry when you watch their stuff. But yeah, for next stream will be Sunday. I'll be talking the Miami Vice episode. Nobody Lives Forever. A pretty decent one for Izzy. Not a good one where Sonny looks like. Definitely a bad one where Sonny looks like a bit of an idiot, but then again, he is allowing 1980s Kim Grice to cloud his judgment because it's 1980s Kim Grice, and God, what a fucking gorgeous woman she was. But thank you very much, Focused, Acres of Movies. I hope we see you again, Proctor File, and Blue Collar Loser, and Mr. Prez, Cosmicky Holder, and who else? What am I missing? Whammy Spoons as well. Always welcome, man. Always welcome. And then Joshua Floors as well, and who else? Yeah, and thanks for the super chat, Blue Collar. Yeah, that'll probably be about maybe. I think I might be able to get. I think the number for that might be half in British pounds anyway. And Nadia as well. Thanks for joining us, even if it was for a short while, and hopefully we can get you on a Halloween stream. I might start doing the odd couple of Saturday streams again. Once I get a bit of time, and especially for Halloween's, which. Might be a good time to get Nadia on because it's a little bit later, so she'll be able to make it. She'll be more likely to make it, I should say.
Yeah.
So that is the end of the show, and please do catch Obsession. There's some great atmosphere, great acting. It's smarter than I originally thought when I first watched it. It's very funny and it's very, very fucked up, and the exact kind of horror you need, So whether you beautiful bastards are Northern English or not, thanks for watching. But right now, that's us done, and we're off to the pub. And enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, Viva España. Viva España. Come on, Spain.
Stay infidel, my friends. Stay infidel and proud.